Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Holly, and welcome to Chronicle. This is the home where a bunch of my favorite people and I will get together and tell some awesome stories, and hopefully take you guys along for the ride with us. Unfortunately, today we don't have the whole gang together, but we've got most of them. So Lockie is unfortunately sick today, so we hope he feels better soon. Hopefully he'll be back next session also. Today we're continuing on with the main campaign, but as always, if you didn't check out what we were doing in the meantime, we ran a two-shot sci-fi adventure, Space Pirates. It went well, I guess. It was interesting, so you should definitely check it out at our YouTube channel. Link is in the description below. We would very much appreciate it. And obviously, if you haven't caught up on the main campaign until now, please do go and check that out, but after you watch this one. So yeah, anybody else have any other announcements they want to make? Or Alright, I think we should get into it. I'm going to do a quick little summary of what happened in the last session. Obviously, I know it's been a little while, so bear with me. I typed this up earlier, so I'm just going to read the one that I sent to you guys. Okay. So, after a relentless battle fought against two primordial oozes found within the ominous crypt of Zolgar, buried deep below the surface of Ormerum, the party stumbled upon a handful of rare artifacts. Searching the space around them, they located a device known as a Zushtar tube, seemingly responsible for the immense output of arcane energy within the city since their arrival. Following Nardria's sinister, dreamlike encounter with their patron, kept secret from the rest of the party, and Krugar's acquisition of a Grothkin artifact, the party made their way to the surface once again. Guided by A9's Inquisition, the group finds a series of correspondences hidden in a corridor used as an exit from the crypt, which imply their primary suspects of Harrick and Octavius are in league together. With most of the party heeding the warning of gearsmith Olyar Talvos outside of the Rosita Sun's office, the party engages in a tense confrontation with Seer Lawrence Seelan, who seeks to arrest them for their involvement in the release and rampage of the oozers. After an intervention from Sulcir Zola Florane and a discussion on the nature of the weaponry used to instigate this supposed attack, June intends to take their pet Tudor with them on their journey to Runalorn for answers. Following the use of Abelard's sacred flame on this holy symbol of Luron, the decapitated head of Octavius began to melt, transforming into a puddle of ooze, and that's where we left off last time. So, now we get into the session proper, everyone. Alright. The moon hangs heavy in the sky. Another smaller moon visible just beyond the horizon, radiating a golden hue. They make their passage together across the darkened blanket that sweeps over the continent, obscured slightly by wisps of clouds that converge over their faces. Tendrils of smoke spiral upwards towards the sky from chimneys still blazing well into the night, curling their way across the pale face of the largest moon, Lussar, and dissipating on the breeze. Stars twinkle faintly from the gaps in between clouds, muted in their brilliance, though the constellations of Eros burns brightly as it guides lost travellers home. On the breeze, owls swoop to catch their prey, whilst nighthawks spiral in circles around and around, searching their domain. Below, the city itself is quiet. Nervous eyes peek out from behind closed shutters and doors, whilst others peer up from behind barricaded windows. Shards of broken glass glint in the moonlight from where they spill out onto well-worn cobblestone streets. Heavy footfalls crush into the shards under the heels of regular patrols, their warm, flickering torchlights wafting on the breeze as they sweep diligently. An oasis in the stillness of an ominous night. Faint lamplight glows from within shuttered buildings, under cracks in doors, broken up by shadows passing in front of the light. A thick slather of dark purple ooze coats the streets, the walls, and doors of the town. It hands off the wrought iron lampposts and drips steadily into puddles of crimson blood pooling in the cracks between cobblestones. Blood is smeared across broken window panes and the walls of the Cat's Eye Tavern, coating its rusted sign in a great arcing spray as it drips onto the street beneath it. Several stories above, in a tower of worn stone and wrought iron, a motley crew of colourful adventurers stands weary from a series of fights and accusations hurled their way. Beams of moonlight stream in through the large windows surrounding the chamber, spilling over roughly hewn wooden furniture. Bookcases stocked to the brim with leather-bound books, spines facing outwards and glinting with gold and silver lettering. Resting atop a cluttered desk, smeared with dried blood and paper strewn across its surface, is a decapitated head. The occupants of the room clustered around it, staring in awe and horror. As a burst of radiant light fills the room, from the hand of one of the adventurers, the head begins to melt. Drips of viscous black goo begin to seep from the hairline of this head, sliding down their temples. The skin around their eyes begins to sag, dropping low and hanging heavy as it fills with sludge. As the whites of their eyes are overtaken with dark purple ooze that crawls over the pupils, all-consuming, the eye eventually bursts, leaking outward and the down skin swelling and receding as it melts away in the presence of this holy light. Eventually, a puddle of ooze leaks across the desk, sinking into the wood and the many pieces of parchment that litter it. What would you guys like to do?
Oh, so that's why there wasn't a body. Oh, that's still kind of gross, though.
It is disgusting.
Really? I thought you would be all on for it with
I
Tudor.
love Tudor, but you gotta know what Tudor is.
Oh, isn't all slime the same, kind of?
Well, Tudor was disgusting, but that doesn't mean not lovable.
I've never heard someone describe their friend as disgusting so casually.
I think you'll hear it more often the more or around you. No, that was mean. I'm so sorry.
Damn.
You're beautiful, just
You
like
guys-
Tudor.
I cry.
You guys watch as the other occupant in the room, the Zola Florane, Saucy Zola Florane, speaks up. So, would anyone like to explain what the fuck this is?
I presume the other half to the decapitated slime ball we found downstairs was.
Oh, so there's a decapitated slime ball downstairs.
Oh,
that
there's like probably a lot.
4, I
Great.
think. 3.
Great news. Honestly, I really wish you would have, I don't know, said something in the entire conversation we'd had before. Didn't think to cross anyone's mind.
I feel
No.
like we were a bit busy trying to not get arrested.
I mean, yeah, there was a lot going on, and
we almost died.
it's been a very stressful last kind of 24, 48 hours, I'm not going to lie.
Right, well, being that I don't know the life of criminals,
Adventurers.
actually,
not
technically alleged criminals, I
Alleged.
personally didn't want to arrest you.
not-
Anyway,
Not true.
well, so does anyone want to explain why the holy light that your friend Abelard produced?
I
perhaps
I
result-
point I point to him and just say,
Maybe the ooze is evil. I mean, obviously it's evil, but maybe it's like from another world or something, full of evil.
aren't you
Yes.
technically playing his character?
Yeah, what do you want me to, you want me to act out
Roleplay.
his weird accent? I don't
Give
even
us
know
some
anything.
lore from Lockie's
Be
character.
French.
Go.
I'm sure you're familiar with the King Zolgar.
Are you asking?
Not Lockie's character, no.
Actually, let's see. We need space to roll.
I want to
Goodness.
hear Holly's interpretation. I want to hear the.
Nah, I just make it German. Yeah, I'm from the dream plane.
Even more
This is how we
ambiguously
actually
European.
That was obviously German. What are you talking about? Ja. Yes, I've heard tell of Zolgar. Personally, not really my area of expertise, but the most that I know is that Zolgar was a rather, well, seems like there's a lot of them in history, but a bit of an asshole, prejudiced, kind of became a minor deity to discriminate against other people, so generally not a pleasant fellow, but I'm not sure that has anything to do with the oozes. At least I don't know any specific relation.
Well, I think as far as we're aware, the crypt was built
For
for
Zolgar?
for
Mm.
Zolgar.
Okay. Now perhaps it's something to look into, but like I said, I've not heard of it having any connection to oozes in particular, or at least not ones that people transform into, or perhaps oozes that transform into people.
That's a good point. If Octavius was an ooze the whole time, he was talking, thinking, being, you know, bless you, like a normal, a being, you wouldn't even think about it, but he's actually an ooze? Like the oozes we fought back down in the crypt, they were somewhat intelligent. They had basic language, but not to Octavius's comprehension.
Which came first? Do you think people became ooze or ooze became people?
Oh my god.
Don't forget, we did find an amulet
Whoa.
from the School of Transmutation.
Did we actually ever figure out what that did?
We took a punt. It transmuted people or oozes into people.
So then, so that's the first one. People came first, then turned into oozes.
I think it's hard to say with any certainty at this point.
Yeah.
We should.
It's late. It's way past my bedtime. I'm really hankering for a snooze.
I
right
didn't
now.
know adults had a bedtime.
Yes, as we've
Adults
established,
need to sleep.
your friend here, Kruger, is 21, 2, 3, unknown age,
22 and a half.
22 and a half.
You're-
He is a bit of an elusive figure.
Your
Yes,
excellency.
certainly seems it.
Yeah, of course.
Excellency,
I
that's
feel like
what-
there's a lot of elusive
Not
figures
everybody
here.
needs their 8 hours of sleep, or how are you supposed to function and be a strong and honorable adventurer? You
I
can't-
mean, adults already know how to function without 8 hours of sleep. I thought you would have known
but you
how to
won't
do that.
function as well,
I
obviously.
function perfectly fine.
Very well. With the risk of bickering continuing, I suppose that I should let you all get some rest. As you know, I am expecting you to depart in a couple of days for your next destination, and I expect you to do it relatively quietly. So I'm assuming I will see you before then, perhaps with more knowledge under your belt about perhaps what exactly occurred.
Or you won't
Yeah.
see us.
No, I'm asking to see you before you go.
Or you
But
won't.
I appreciate whatever you're trying to do here, but no,
Or what I'm not.
I can't just excuse you without any certain evidence. So I would suggest before you leave,
What is this weird eye movement?
I'm talking in code. It's like when you're trying to say something without saying something, so you say the opposite, and then you give a wink to say, no, I don't mean that, I mean the opposite. So whenever you mean the opposite of something, you just like say, it's like, oh, it's like you say, oh, you say, are you going to go to the stall? It's like, I'm not going to the stall. Wink. It's the
Wink?
opposite.
I hate mushrooms.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Right.
You hate mushrooms?
No, no.
She did the wink.
I did the wink. I
Oh.
don't hate mushrooms.
I mean, I was looking away. I mean, honestly, look, I can't even see your eyes. Like, I'm kind of like.
I don't like this.
Now, as much as I'm absolutely riveted by this conversation, I'm gonna go stand still for 8 hours.
Oh yeah, I'm about to die.
Well, I have a lot to handle myself, so I suppose I'll see you 2 days' time before you go. We'll reconvene on what we have discovered. I will contact the Countess about what she might know, and we'll go from there. But it was a pleasure, I suppose, to meet you, though you are interesting characters. I will pretend that I haven't seen the Arkanoid, though, of course, as I'm sure you'll understand. It would probably be my head on a chopping block.
Sorry, which Arkanoid is this?
No idea. Never seen one in my life.
Wink.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. See, you're catching on. Yes.
Anyway,
We
We're
should
an
do this more
acquired
often.
taste. I don't.
yes, as much as I love to humour all of you, please get out. I have lots of work to do, as you can imagine.
Kruger will do a very deep bow and kind of just step back out of the room, still in the bow, and then when he loses eye contact, he will stand upright.
She inclines her head at you, just gives you a half salute.
Like
Very
100, like
interesting child you brought with you.
Not a child.
Sure, 22 and a half.
Yeah, now you got it.
Didn't choose to bring it.
I'm 122.
Thank you for that unsolicited piece of information. Please go. I'm
So we're talking about it.
tragically tiring of all of you. I will see you in 2 days' time.
See ya.
Pleasure. Do you guys exit?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
We leave and go. What? The street's still filled with fucking death and blood, right?
Yeah, as far as you know.
Wait.
Cabin prices should be cheap.
Is
Wait
there
a
any
minute.
like inn nearby?
There's the Cat Eye Tavern, which you know has been besieged, but
Dead?
no other. Well, you don't know. You guys haven't been. in
Trying to
there.
go check out the inn.
Wait a minute. Wait. Was all this happening while we were down in the crypt?
I presume so.
I don't know when else
Wow.
it could have happened.
Oh dear. Oh no. Did we do something bad by not helping people up here?
I think we might have done something bad by going in the crypt in the first place.
But we fought them. Oh no. Oh dear.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Okay.
Adventuring isn't always positive.
I'm learning that right now. Oh dear.
Was the town not already empty when we arrived to?
I mean, it was spooky looking when we were going to the crypt, but I don't remember the blood.
I think everyone was just inside.
Do we remember the blood?
Maybe we all just hallucinated a functional town and this was just how it was before.
Maybe it's not our fault.
As far as you know, the town was dead quiet, but there was no smears of blood or ooze.
Dead quiet.
X.
I
So
grow more and more tired every day.
is the slime concentrated in it just by the cat's eye, or?
Roll a perception check for me, please.
Okay. Does anyone have a dice that I can
Yes,
borrow
yeah.
while I pull up my character sheet? Thank you.
No, what are you
My perception's probably like a modifier of -1 or something. I don't know. So we're looking at something around about a 10.
Great.
Let me
Depends
get
on
more
your wisdom.
specific in just a second.
Isn't your wisdom high?
No.
The intelligence is high.
Where is? Why? There we go. Okay. Sorry. We
Just a bit of dead air. Thanks, James.
Wisdom of plus. So it's an 11.
11. It looks as if there's a lot of ooze and blood concentrated around the Cat's Eye Tavern, which you know from what you heard, I think from Olya, or at least from Zola,
Maybe
One or
we
two.
skip the tavern.
that
There's nowhere else.
there
to
was
sleep.
a
I'm hungry.
fight that occurred with oozes in the tavern specifically.
I don't know about you guys, but like, I have a like a blanket and other. I can just go sleep anywhere. I don't know if you guys are
Oh, do you want to do
in
like
the
a little
same.
camping?
Like, I mean,
wanna
it
camp
beats
out?
sleeping in a dead tavern.
I suppose we're not exactly in the best shape to risk another encounter with these
Yeah,
oozes.
that's what I mean. Like,
But
what if we go in there and
But the users are gone, right? Like.
have a look around?
I mean, they're not here right now. Maybe they won't come back.
I get out my bedroll and sleep on the ground.
I'm gonna walk into the tavern and ask what
In
the
the
hell
middle of the street.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to
I
the
like
tavern and
feign.
ask
I
what the hell's
feign
happening.
getting my bedroll out.
Sure. As you approach the tavern, you do see
I walk in the opposite direction.
that there's a massive puddle of blood and a large arcing spray that covers the rusted sign of the Cat's Eye. The building itself appears to have a couple of broken windows. There appears to be some ooze that's kind of clinging to the door frame, and the tavern itself is it's always been a little bit lopsided and mismatched, with different materials kind of patching up different spots. But the door itself is slightly ajar, and you can see that there's light and a muffled sound of talking from inside.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi, I guess not everyone's okay. Are you okay?
You watch as you're peeking into the room. Sure. So you can see that the room itself is in disarray. There's kind of tables that are pushed over. You can see that there are several people who are kind of like lifting the tables and trying to reorganize them. Seems like a bit of a group effort. There's probably about 8 people or so in the tavern. And you watch as a small, kind of aging, gnomish figure, a large bulbous nose, like grey hair, comes up to you. Everything's okay in here. What can I do for you?
There's a lot of blood at the tavern. What happened? Did some sort of fight break out with the oozes? Did they hurt anyone?
You haven't heard? Where have you been?
We were me and my friends, we were indisposed for a little bit, fighting bigger, badder oozes underground.
Well,
to keep a long story short.
Same thing happened here. There were oozes that were, well, it's like they changed when they were in here, just serving regular people, 2 orcish fellows, and then they just suddenly became ooze. We watched all of them melt and all that.
Were they
and
talking
then they just
and,
set upon everyone in here.
Were they talking and just being regular people, and then
Seems like it, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, there was a lot of people in here. This is really the only place that people go, so.
Was it only the tavern that's been hit? Has any other home or shop or stall been hit?
I'm afraid I don't know. I've not heard anything, but
Oh.
I've been a little bit busy.
Yeah, no,
With all
that's
this.
understandable. Can I offer a hand or anything? Like lifting or moving something to help out?
And kind of looks around, and you can see that there's a lot to clean up here. There's a lot of things that need to be righted. You can see people kind of, a group of halflings that are kind of furiously scrubbing at the wall, trying to get ooze and blood off the establishment. Well, I mean, if you've got a moment, be appreciated, but I think the boys and I have got it sorted. So if there's anything else I can do for you, or...
We'd like room for the night if there's room available.
Oh, you're all in the
Oh,
tavern?
we're suddenly here as well.
Yeah.
If we may.
So you're walking the
I am
opposite direction.
still walking in the opposite direction, but I see I kind of turn around over my shoulder expecting people to follow me.
No one's following.
And everyone's gone
Everybody
to the
else is
tavern.
just
So I
screaming.
kind of do like an awkward little like, and then I like turn around and run to catch up.
Alright, so, okay, how many rooms are you expecting? It's not like we have many people staying here, about 5 or so, but I've got probably, and kind of heads back over, you can see him kind of waddling along to the desk and picks up a heavy, like, leather-bound book, slaps it on the bar top, and kind of mutters to himself as he goes through. I've got about 6 rooms
That's a lot.
available.
3 of those will do if that's acceptable. 3.
Fine by me.
We can share.
Can we be roommates?
Give me a second. I would see.
Do we know the pricing on that just yet?
Yeah, I'm looking.
No,
Oh
I just thought I'd
God.
up it a little bit to give you.
The video of the guy in a fucking convenience store. He goes, "How much is this?" And then he's like, "It's like $2.50." And then he was like, "16 cents. Fuck you. Goodbye."
Oh.
Alright, for I suppose 6 rooms if you're taking them all, or you're taking 3.
3 rooms, please.
3? No worries. That'll be 6 silver pieces, please.
6 silver pieces. I've got. Do you split money? I've got a gold
sure.
piece here.
Oh, you want me to?
Yeah.
Change,
Do you
yeah.
do change?
Yeah, certainly.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, here's a gold.
Thanks,
Um,
Why are you paying?
Hmm?
Why are you paying?
I got 10 gold. I'll shout your room.
I have 0 money.
James isn't gonna say a word.
I don't have any money. What do you mean?
It's just a room.
remember, James was our piggy bank.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what money in you? That's right.
James Holt.
Who knows this stuff? I feel it's only
Oh.
Nadria that knows, right?
Yeah,
The-
because
So
didn't
4
know.
silver back.
I only know because
I
I'm
believe-
not gonna
character
care.
sheet.
I have my own money.
No, I'm not.
Sure.
That's why I didn't do it in character. I'm not gonna like throw you
Oh,
under the bus.
can we get what you Pork again. It was so yummy last time.
You want food now as well? I'm afraid I'm a little bit unable to cook for you now.
Do you have beer?
I've got lots of beer. You're looking for pleasure drinking?
Yes. Yes.
Now?
I need to forget. I almost died.
Just very deeply sighs to himself. What would you like?
I'll ask if anyone wants a round and I'll pay for it. If
Okay.
anyone else wants
Oh,
a drink.
me,
Don't.
please.
Don't.
I get two
Two?
flasks. Or
Sure.
not flasks,
Pints.
pints of, yeah, flasks. A flask of hard liquor. No. I just booze it out.
hard liquor.
For 2 tankards, that'd
Yeah.
be 4 copper pieces.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Um,
kidding. I'll give you 2 for 4 copper pieces. It's not the best I would usually have put available, but
It'll do.
as you can see, I've not got much. So
I'll be helping like
fucking-
any of like the halflings.
I have
when he
5
clean up
gold
all their shit
pieces.
and like this.
Do I like? How do I just need to like transfer that in my own thing?
I believe it's like a 10 to 1 ratio, so like 10 gold is 1 silver,
Yeah.
and 10 silver is 1 gold, so you can figure it like that.
Other way around.
Other way
Yes.
around.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
only
yeah.
different
No,
with
I
mine.
got you.
And the other one, the weird
no
one.
one does Electrum.
Yeah.
No one does Electrum.
What the hell
You
is
do Electrum?
Electrum?
no.
Or bully the DM into not doing Electrum.
All right. So, you guys staying here to drink, or are you going up?
I'm just having one, and I'm just gonna sit
Sure.
at the
Okay.
bar until it gets too late,
I'm gonna try it, and then immediately spit it back out.
and
You
then
have it.
and then I drink the other one too.
Okay, just downing both tankards.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm just kind of chilling,
I'll be
thinking
helping
about.
out with,
I'm
like,
thinking about
tell
thinking
you stuff.
about like the events, the near-death experience, kind of coming to terms with mortality
Okay.
at the
And,
bar.
What are you
the
doing?
rest of you guys?
Taste it.
Con?
I'll be just helping them clean up and move stuff and try to get the bar looking somewhat.
I don't help at all. I watch everyone
Yeah,
clean.
which rooms did we get?
I'll look after Con a little bit.
What
Well,
number
Kruger,
rooms
I
did we get?
guess.
I'm going up to one of them. I don't know which one.
So you guys, as you head up the stairs, it's a relatively cozy. Like things that upstairs look to be in perfectly good condition. They're simple rooms, so you have 3 kind of in a row, and they're mostly. I mean, they're not well furnished. You've got like a couple of beds that are kind of shoved up against walls. You have like small little window panes that you can look out, and like a simple dresser. Beyond that, they're pretty empty rooms otherwise. And the rest of you, I'm assuming, are all heading up to your rooms?
Hmm.
Sure. So for you, Kruger, as you and Dilbert are still downstairs, you watch as the 8 or so people that are helping out and kind of trying to fix up the tavern eventually manage to clean up the debris, the splintered kind of.
I'm with Kruger as well.
Okay, you're all okay, sure. Well, as the 3 of you are downstairs, you watch as they clean up debris, kind of sweeping up glass shards, putting the splintered planks of wood to the side. Eventually, I'd say it takes about 2 hours or so to get it to looking a regular kind of state. Things are still a bit damaged, and people are still, looking weary, and they're kind of trickling upstairs as they finish. And you can see that the aging tavern keep is kind of going through what he's got left and kind of organising his tankards and fixing his ale and things, the barrels behind the every
Barrel?
time fixing it, the barrels of ale and everything behind the bar, and eventually heads up after about 4 hours himself to bed. But it's up to you guys whenever you go.
I leave as soon as I finish the 2 drinks.
John, is there anything else that anybody would like to do before they head to bed?
I'll just like kind of like look over and inspect like the bracelet that I received in like under in the tomb. Just look it over and like just read the words across the band and just sort of like fidget with it and just try to glean anything else on it other than like the script itself. Like, can I tell? I don't know. Can I make like an Arcana check or some sort of check on it just to glean anything else off it?
Yeah, roll an Arcana check for me, please.
5.
5. Though you have learnt a lot about Grothkin, it's kind of difficult to determine exactly where this is from or anything else other than what you could already read after putting it on. You're still not really getting used to how it feels to have that sudden strength and that feeling as if you're a giant in the wrong body, you know? Yeah, it's a bit hard to get anything much from it. You do ascertain that it is relatively old, and it seems to have some imbued essence in it of Grothkin magic. You know that they do have specific primordial arcane energy that they that is specific to Grothkin, but beyond that, unfortunately, you don't get too much with a 5.
Well, I'll have to show this trick again if I ever go back home. I love it. I'll just kind of like put it on my wrist and then just kind of cuddle up to whoever I'm sharing a room with and then just fall asleep.
Cuddle.
Yeah, I'll cuddle.
Aww.
Greg, I'll cuddle.
While we do that, I actually, as promised, I forgot the notes from last time. But A9, this is what you guys found in the corridor.
thank
So I think this is as good a time as any to
Cool.
pass that off. Is there anything else anybody wants to do before you finally take your long rest?
No.
No?
I want the long
Why
rest.
did you just say 8 and hawk a bunch?
I don't think we know what it says.
Only A9.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mm.
sorry. I shouldn't be reading
Yeah,
them.
get out of here.
you passed some documents to Zola Florane, but I'm not sure if the rest of the party has seen them.
Nope.
But yeah. Okay, so as you guys settle down for the night, sleep comes relatively easy to you given how exhausted you are. You're kind of recuperating. For some of you, it's relatively easy to head straight to sleep. But for you, June, you wake up about halfway through your sleep. I'd say it's probably about 3 in the morning, and you can hear a tapping on your window.
What? It's 3 in the morning. I think.
Yes.
Jake's
me with my
watch.
watch. I go to the window. I open it up and look out.
Okay, well, as you go to open the window, you can see that there is an owl sitting kind of on the windowsill. So to open the window, you would have to push the owl out of the way.
Oh, it's like push windows, not open window.
Yeah, like a-
Okay.
There's a small latch on it, and the owl is just incessantly knocking.
What do you want? Okay. So there's 2 windows. I unlatch. Can I push one of them out? Or is the
There's
owl
only
like...
one window?
There's one, just
There's
one...
okay. One single window. The
window,
owl is
goddammit.
sitting on the sill. You can open the window.
Okay, I'll open the window. And hope it doesn't fall.
Are you talking to yourself?
Guess. Guess, okay. It's lonely. I walk a lot. It's a road. I'm the best company.
You can see out of the window. As you open it, the owl kind of hops a little ways along. There's kind of a long windowsill. It's more of like a stretch of, like a stretch of wood that kind of spans. It's probably about that thick, enough for an owl to kind of sit comfortably. It kind of hops down as you open the window.
I'm glad you didn't fall.
And as you go to push your head out to look at this owl, this beautiful barn owl, looks really well kept, as if it's not as if it's a pet, but definitely looks magnificent and almost opulent.
You are beautiful.
It just kind of is looking at you, just searching, its head kind of turning, keeping its eyes on you. And as you are talking to this owl, you can hear the
Do you want food? Do you want love?
5 owls begin to kind of descend down onto this ledge, surrounding you on both sides as you're kind of hanging out. You can see owls of different kinds. There's a snowy owl. You can see that there's tawny frogmouth.
Dude,
kind
you
of
are Harry Potter
everyone.
right now.
Everyone that's there is kind of they look relatively well kept.
Did I forget to pay a debt? Is this a thing? I start going over in my mind. No, I think that person died. I'm pretty sure I paid that one back.
The owls seem relatively relaxed. One of them is kind of lifting a leg to scratch behind its ear. They're kind of all hooting softly at you.
Chorus? Like is it? I don't know. It could be anyone.
Yeah, they're just sitting watching you, observing.
I've got no food for you. Money? Do you want money? I
Money?
pull out a gold coin, gesture it towards the bird.
Sure, the barn owl that you
Yeah.
originally saw.
Yeah.
Hops up, snatches the coin, sits with it in his beak for a second, and then just is kind of, it looks like it's trying to chew it or something similar, and then it just piffs it back onto the sill.
Are we good? It's 3. I'm.
And you watch as the owl throws this coin off onto the ground, just ting, ting, and then it drops off the side of the sill, meaning to tumble towards the ground. And you can hear from your 2 stories up, so you can hear the faint like ting ting as it skirts across
Someone will
cobblestone
be
below.
lucky. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. Someone will find that. It's wonderful. I don't have to worry about that. It's fine. It's fine.
As you are kind of having this conversation with these owls that seem perfectly relaxed in your presence, just sitting gently on this windowsill, you watch as they all kind of begin to converge further towards you, beginning to kind of hop after one another before eventually the barn owl that you first opened the window to is kind of just sitting right in front of you again.
I really am tired. I think I was stabbed today. I'm hurt at the very least. I have cuts over me. The fact that I have to say I think I was stabbed proves to you how difficult a day it was, Al. I'm going to bed. If you have something more for me, contact me in the morning, or at a maybe not on a weekend, working hours. Postal service sort of thing.
You watch as the owl just sits there staring at you.
I get into bed.
The window's still open?
Yeah, window's still open,
Okay.
presumably so they can come and go as they please. I mound my blanket in the corner in a form of a nest. I mean, if you're staying the night, and
They
I
don't seem to move.
I sit back down in my bed and just Mexican standoff as I try to sleep like I'm lying on the bed, but my eyes are very much open as
The
there's
owl
like
just stares at you, its head rotating around, and then staring again.
Who are you sharing a room with?
true.
Me, Abelard.
I presume you,
yeah,
because
Abelard.
we spent the night. And then
I'm sleeping on the ground in my bedroll, even though there is a bed.
Is it all of these owls?
and
Good old
then who else wants to be in our room?
I'm probably stuck with Maylin.
I thought so. A9.
Does this wake me up?
Dilbert.
Oh, we've
Are
got.
you
Yeah, I'm sleeping on a bedroll on the ground in
Cool.
I can be with you guys if you
Sure.
want.
No, we got Abelard then. Abelard is our 3rd member.
Oh, true.
I think Dilbert.
Oh, was I?
Oh, Dilbert, are you in our room?
I mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. Sure.
Sure.
Dilbert,
Does this wake me up?
Dilbert,
Let's
I
see.
rush. I
Oh,
shake
well,
your
I
shoulders.
mean,
Oh,
a little.
shaking Dilbert
Yeah.
awake? Okay, then
I'm
yes.
Dilbert,
What? What do you want?
do you have a thing? This is gonna be a weird question. Okay. Is there a thing you have to do with owls?
I
Have you-
I mean, like,
Have you offended a god
are
recently?
Nice. Like, they taste pretty good.
I don't know. I don't want to eat these ones.
Oh, well then, no.
You've got nothing?
You watch as Dilbert, as soon as you wake Dilbert up, you can see the outline of owls beginning to just and then head off. But that barn owl still stays in the window just staring at you as you're having this conversation with
Like,
Dilbert.
if
But the
you're
rest
not-
of them begin to head off into the night, presumably to hunt. You're not too sure. Regular owl business.
If you're not gonna eat the owl, I will.
Don't eat it, please.
I mean,
I feel like it's a thing. Like, message, or am I meant to understand this?
I think you might be looking a bit too much into it. It's just an owl.
Can I do a perception check?
You know what? I
to
think
see
you're
if
right.
like,
See the
oh
owl?
no, actually, can I do a persuasion check to see if I persuade? Fucking what's the
June?
character's name? June.
To let you
into
eat
thinking
it?
that it's nothing.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
Or actually, are you trying to deceive June?
I mean,
Or-
You believe it's
I
nothing.
believe
You
myself.
it's
I
nothing,
believe
sure,
that
then
it's nothing.
persuasion.
That'd be a 12.
How do you feel about 12?
I would say, yeah, it's really up to you how valid you think Dilbert's point is, but I would probably say with a 12 that, like,
Probably not.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
going to say probably.
So did you roll a
no, I
perception?
don't think
Is
you
it?
really need to
Oh, okay.
roll anything.
Well, I'm
for
not
that. It's
really
just, like, how
actively trying to
effective-
deceive.
Yeah.
No, I'm convinced. It's late. The owl can hang out. Don't eat it, please.
I won't eat it if you really don't want me to. But
Krugar's still asleep. If he wakes up, it's gonna be a thing in the morning. Let's just leave it.
I
Let's
mean,
just
okay,
leave it.
Like, I'll leave it alone.
I'm going back to bed.
Alright, as you head back to bed, June, you watch as this owl eventually, with a large gust of air kind of sent into the room, begins to turn tail and head out, and flies off into the distance.
I lick my lips
I do
and
have
fall
a
asleep
spell where I
dreaming
can
of
speak
owls.
to animals.
Dreaming of eating
Me too,
owls,
yeah.
nice.
Oh, you didn't use it?
Yeah, I didn't think to use my spell to speak to animals. That would have been really smart.
Yeah.
Well,
quick, go back! You scream out the window, it's like, come back!
I was waiting.
Yeah.
But as the rest of you,
I thought I could remember you speaking to Barrel once.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring it up, but everybody was talking. I was like,
this is one of those moments where, as the DM,
You're
you
like-
just go,
you're
you know
like-
what, make your own decision. All right, so
Nice.
as you guys begin to stir in the morning, the day is yours. What do you guys like to do?
Well,
morning,
I'm gonna
everyone.
go downstairs.
Sure. You all
I'll go downstairs.
head downstairs, and as soon as you guys exit your room, you can hear a kind of bustling noise from downstairs. You can hear faint chatter. It sounds like people are definitely downstairs, almost as lively as it was before when you'd first entered the Cat's Eye. All those
Wait, is that long
many
rest?
days ago. Yes, that was a long
Okay,
rest.
cool.
And as you kind of head down the stairs themselves, you can see that though there are still some damaged areas, you can see that there's scorch marks in some of the wooden walls, there's kind of chip marks taken away from the stone, and a large carved arc in some of the patchwork masonry there. Most of the tables themselves, though they are in similar banged up condition, have lots of patrons at them. There's probably about 15 people, not including the tavern keeper who's kind of manning the bar. Yeah, kind of scattered around the room. You can see people eating, some just sitting and chatting, kind of just whiling away their hours in the Cat's Eye Tavern.
So there's plenty of food available?
Seems like it, yeah.
Excellent.
Do we
Who
get
wants-
a buff if we eat a meal?
No.
I think you just...
Nourishment.
It's just for the RP purpose.
I go up to the bar and ask if they have owl.
Do we have owl?
Yeah, like the bird.
Wait, why?
I had a dream last night. Like, I don't know if it was real, but like June was talking to an
I mean,
owl, and
with-
I
I
On our
wish.
better days, we've served pigeon, I guess, but
Why
got
would you
nothing
want to
now.
eat an owl?
because I
Owls are friends.
best I can do is chicken.
you know what? I'll take a chicken.
All right.
That one will take pork.
Don't worry, it's not pig.
Prepared
They'd call
owl.
it pig if it was pig.
Just
Huh?
raw
She
pork.
had bacon.
Raw,
Bacon.
raw.
Raw.
She had that last
Can I
time.
request to eat the chicken raw, please?
Yeah, June dies from salmonella. June dies from
I'm a
salmonella.
kobold.
Okay.
I'm not a
You're still
human.
a person.
Yeah, you'd have to roll a con check.
Really? Even as a kobold?
I mean, I'm not. Like,
You're still a person. You still.
You
Fine,
still-
then I'll eat
as
it
a-
cooked. I'll eat it cooked then. I won't
as
roll
a
con.
humanoid.
Oh, is
creature,
that
I would
any
say
humanoid? Okay, okay.
You probably need to prepare food
Do you
at
have-
least a little bit.
No, I don't think so.
Um,
I don't have any special skill that
Okay,
tells
so
me. I
as you
can-
guys request your weird as fuck meals, the raw chicken, owl.
No, I don't
um,
need it. I don't need it. I don't need it raw. I
Well,
take.
I
Take it
love
back.
vegetables.
Actually, no. Can I? Can I request it raw and then cook it myself?
Sure. Okay, here you go. Here's your raw chicken, and you can see that they've literally just brought out like
A
raw
chicken.
It's
Oh,
not-
like
yeah,
a
so
whole
It's been
chicken.
plucked,
Yeah.
but not much beyond that. Like
I breathe fire on it, cause I can now. I know what
in
breathe
front of
fire-
everyone,
Yeah.
you're just breathing. Okay, you watch as
Just like control, like not like in terms of attacking anyone.
you watch as some people from nearby tables kind of turn their heads towards you at the sound of the fire leaving you and kind of this blazing that echoes out as you begin to kind of torch this chicken. But nobody seems to really stop you. It doesn't seem that like they get a good look.
I say pardon me to the people sitting next to me, because I'm assuming we're eating together.
Yeah.
I'd say you're all.
I just have a sad look on my face.
I say pardon me, and then I just eat it.
Does the chicken cook or does it burn?
Wait, do I need to roll for that?
Yeah, but-
Do you charcoal the outside of it, but the inside
I'll do a
raw as
cooking
hell?
check.
um,
It's a 2.
I'd say
It's pretty
the outside is
pretty well
actually, you know
burnt.
what? I'm gonna say that having not been used to using your ability to cook just a dead chicken that's been set in front of you, immediately the force of the of the fire that leaves you begin to just eat away at this chicken, completely charring it beyond recognition. You have just a kind of a lump of charcoal to eat now.
I eat it anyway, and I just kind of go, I'm still practicing. That's it.
Okay, so as you guys all have your meals distributed to you, what would you like to do?
Hey squad, so I'm presuming we're hanging out still after this, unless you all have other places to be, but I know I don't.
I thought we were at an adventuring party now, are we?
Me too, but like, consent is cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Come on, I feel like we all had a very. Excuse me.
June
I feel
says
like we all had a
consent
very,
is
like,
cool.
tough bonding experience. I feel like we need to,
New slogan.
see all this ooze stuff out.
PSA
get to our
on the
belly in a
fucking
couple
Facebook.
Days, talk to Zola, and
exactly.
As long as we still go to Rebellion.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course. I reckon maybe we pick up another job. Maybe even check on Barrel, because we never actually, saw him get home. Make sure he gets home safe.
I'd love
Maybe
that.
actually maybe pick up a job. Also, did we get any
You
money
don't want to know.
from
Did
Zola
I
or
miss
the
something?
Rosita-san at
You
all?
haven't collected any money yet, no.
Just before.
You were promised, I think it was 50 gold each. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, it was, yeah.
Nadria. Do you know how far it is to Runalorm?
Do I know how
Remember.
far it is to
Is it called Run Along?
Sorry.
Is that
That's another
Runnel,
To what?
It's called Runnel Orm.
Runnel Orm?
That's
Okay.
another place.
Run
Roll a
Oh.
survival check for me,
Runnel.
please.
Or our
How do you spell
destination. I
Runalorm?
believe it's Runalorm we're headed to,
Yes.
not Rumbellium.
Well, that's up to you guys. I mean, you
wanna-
told
I need to
Zola
go to
that you were-
Rumbellium.
Is it
Yeah, we have to meet Zola.
Runa?
If we want
So
If we
it's-
want to learn more about the Zushta.
hang on, guys. Hang on. So, you guys, as I probably should have done this in the actual recap. So, as far as Zola said to you, the Zushta tube itself, like you were saying, Con, is dwarven in make. So she suggested going to Runnelorm, which is a nearby major city. It's not Rumbellium, but it is a nearby major city that she thinks might have answers to it. And it's spelled RUNN ELORM. And what did you get in your spell check?
I got an 18.
An 18? Nice.
I got a good roll for once, everybody.
God damn.
With your past having travelled quite a fair bit, and you know that being from the Ereman Vale, that the area of Runnelm is not too far. It's just on the other side of the Ashford Steps. So from where you are now, you'd assume it would probably take a week or so to get there.
That information is repeated straight to you.
Perfect. And as we're taking about a week to get there, supplies is what I imagine would be our next point of call.
I have a bedroll and the ability to breathe fire. I'm fine.
Well,
Honestly?
we still need food. And water.
You need food.
And you're gonna eat more charcoal.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
That can be good for your digestive tract.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of cool, so I don't care.
Andre, I'm gonna give him 2 days before he throws up charcoal.
I secretly feel sick in my stomach.
Can you get salmonella?
You're actually just ill.
Yeah, I'm like so sick.
Concerning still.
I don't show it to anyone.
Okay, so you guys are planning on getting supplies then?
I believe so, unless anyone has any other.
I
Can
hope
I-
the trees don't get
Is
mad
there a
at
potion
me.
shop?
Yeah, do we want to collect our gold and then use that money to go buy supplies?
As for whether or not there's a potion shop, you haven't heard of one specifically in this town. It's kind of a quaint farming town, though it is on the border of the Sultaran borderlands, so it is frequented by a lot of soldiers that are heading to the front lines, so you know that things like a general store might have potions available.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if any of you want to go to a store or anything for like equipment or I don't know, potions or food, but I'm gonna head there now before we leave.
I could do with a little bit of oil.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how lucky you'll be for oil, but yeah.
I mean, you never. Maybe maybe you can see someone about. Do you need? Wait, that's a good question. Do you need to eat? Adine?
No.
So is the oil like just for fun or squeaks or?
For squeaks, yes. Stop my parts from jamming up. I run entirely on arcane energy.
Where does it come from?
I'll open up. Wait, it's on my back, isn't it?
I don't
believe
know, but
so.
that's up to you.
It's wherever you want it.
I
Wherever
believe
you'd
they
like.
call
I go to
it-
touch it.
Does anything happen?
Okay, I mean, it feels, it's like a sharp, it's like you're being
I
sparked
thought you were gonna stop
by,
me. Honestly.
it's like you're being sparked a little bit by a brief current of electricity.
Ow! Why'd you do that?
That's what you get for sticking your finger places where it shouldn't be.
I kind of like feel embarrassed and go back to eating my burnt chicken.
Jason's right. We definitely need supplies if we're gonna make a week-long trek. So, get some money that we were, promised.
I
then
turned to N9 and put out my hand.
So, Holly, some questions about the note that I read in the last the last session. Black Knuckle we've heard of before.
Yes.
It's a shipping, what's the word? A merchant sort of hub on the coast, is it? Or am I making that up?
So it's at the very end of Zarahan's hand. So it's used usually as a distribution point for overseas shipments to arrive in White Ladium. So generally it's receives a bit of a reputation for people who are trying to smuggle things into White Ladium will generally go through Black Knuckle Point rather than places like Rumbellium, because there's less security and there's more of a connection to Blightbath and pirates. Generally illicit objects or things that people are trying to conceal from perhaps the Grimoire Legion will go through this point.
I've heard Moran before as well. Moran is...
Moran is a continent, which is, where the Betarax beetles came from. It's also got the spectral plane. You guys have encountered it a little bit in terms of odd magical artifacts arriving in Wyladium that you've seen so far generally seem to have come from Moran. Would you like to roll a history check on Moran though?
Sure, I don't see why not. And I actually have it ready this time. Natural 1.
Natural 1?
That's a total of 6.
Being that you were created quite a while ago, you haven't had much encounter with Moran now, and it's a little bit confusing for you. You assume it might have been called something else in your time, but you're not too sure.
Sure. Okay, anything else that I might... Oh, I presume I wouldn't know too much about that. The Cracked Tankard, I assume, is an inn or something of some sort. Would I have heard of it before? Would I know where it is?
Roll a history check again for me, please.
Boop. Not a nat one. 2 nat ones in a row, baby!
You have no idea.
Nice.
I've got no idea.
I stole your luck. Gave it to myself.
You've rolled
today? Sounds like a place, but not too sure where.
All right. What about God's Forge?
Roll.
Another.
Another
I'm
history check
bound
to
to
see.
Have I
not
just
get a
missed?
1.
Have I just missed James messing up rolls?
Guess what it was?
Two.
It was a 2.
I was gonna say, I think the odds are like 1 in 4,000 or 1 in like 20,000. They're rolling 3 nat ones in a row.
Buy a lottery ticket.
It's something ridiculous like that.
1 in 8,000, I
1 in
think.
8,000.
You have no idea what's happening to you, but all of the information that you previously had in your mind seems to have gone out of you as soon as Dilbert touched your arcane
Can I do a history check?
No, because you don't know about it.
Oh, okay.
Only if A9 has shown you the notes would you know.
Did I share the notes?
I got shocked with the knowledge though.
I don't think so.
And we did give the note away, didn't we? Especially given...
You would still have the note, I think.
We would still have it?
Yeah.
Alright, well then. Should I might just summarize quickly. Is that alright?
Yeah. Do what you want.
Can we do this as if it happened a while ago? Because I feel like it would have been discussed.
Sure.
And this note came from the mail slot.
I wrote that
Yes.
down. I wrote that down in my notes.
This note came from the mail slot, yes.
Okay, the mail slot.
Did I miss something about the mail slot?
Slot.
The mail
Oh, the mail
Yeah, the mail
slot.
slot. You know, that slot. But
Mm.
may
So-
I
also
mean,
Ah.
there's really no good way to put it. I
Ah,
just
yes.
didn't expect you guys to do this to me, but
The
yeah.
male sloth.
Oh shit.
So the note was, it seemed to be a communication between two people. One person who used a call sign of 8, and the other who used a call sign of Hawk. At least that's what I gathered. I assume 8 was Octavius. I think we might have discussed this earlier. I don't know. They were discussing something about is it pronounced Yolthab?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, discussing how they've found a buyer from Yolthab, from a place. They keep referring to this place everywhere. I'm not sure exactly what everywhere could be.
From everywhere.
Bad news.
Yeah, it's referenced a lot. Apparently, they left some gold in a hollow board in a place called the Cracked Tankard.
Ooh.
I mean, that sounds like a tavern.
It was originally going to be left in a place called God's Forge, but they changed plans
Right.
because the location was too risky all of a sudden. Something changed. It made it too risky to leave gold in the God's Forge. There was another shipment from Black Knuckle to everywhere again, and apparently it contained something that was alive. Who knows? Maybe it was the Beta Axe beetles or something else. There was another note about special cargo from Moran to everywhere again. There was also mention, I believe it was Hawk that mentioned, they found a group to stage, or to blame everything on, which I assume was us. A little bit of evidence of us being framed. And I think that's everyone. Oh yeah, there's someone above these two people as well, and they keep referring to the boss.
Where does this go?
Yeah. So I hope I haven't missummarized anything, but
No, I mean, I can give you guys a copy of the notes afterwards if you like. I'm assuming you shared it with them, so
yeah.
Yeah, no,
feel free to
yeah.
have a look.
Do any of these locations that he mentioned like ring any bell to any of us that would know anything about them? Obviously not all of us, but like maybe like June, someone or Nadra, people who've been around, would they know?
Could do. Say if someone had debts at some point and were worried about debts, or weren't friends with people, problems with authority. I've heard that a couple of times. They could have potentially accidentally pissed off some people once upon a time that were involved with everywhere.
You said a lot of June. You said a lot of words there that were very. Wait, are you in trouble with the law somewhere?
Interesting thing to call it the law, because it's sort of the law, but they're also criminals, but criminal law is just those who enforce it, really. So yes, but also not everywhere, but everywhere. So
Oh, June, what have you got yourself into?
there was a situation a while back. They're not nice people, I can tell you that much. I don't think they're actively on my tail.
Should we be
I
on
don't
the lookout for?
Think so?
Should we be on the lookout for someone in case someone tries to jump you?
There's a few faces that I'd know, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think it'll be fine. I think nothing will happen and we're good. But they are
Make an inside check on
Sure,
June?
make an inside check.
I make inside checks with advantage.
they are bad news. I can tell you that much. Absolutely.
Dirty 20.
I believe it.
I want to know if like you're how anxious and like how
Okay.
like, worried you are about these people hunting you down.
Yes, I'm not too anxious about them hunting me down. Yeah, that's what you can tell from the facial expression is it sort of is, sort of isn't.
Well, if you need our help, just honestly give us a yell and we'll.
Oh, I'll be yelling if I need your help in this situation. But I don't. Last time I left them, I think we're fine. I think so.
It's so sus.
A real vote of confidence there. June.
Yeah.
Are you sure you aren't like actually a criminal?
Well, see, law is just those who enforce it. So,
well, get arrested, and you're out here actually, like, being us.
But the thing is, like, they're not friends with anyone else who is also the law that I know of.
Being a bad person to other bad people is not a good thing.
I don't know.
Sometimes two negatives make a positive, though. That's what they taught me. That's what they taught me at school.
That's
That's
something.
what they taught me at school.
That's
I was tutored, but you know.
That's true.
Back at home, you know.
Well, it's like
Halfling
if you treat someone who's bad the same way they're treating you, is it like morally correct?
well, I didn't treat them badly.
I don't know.
They just,
That's up to interpretation.
I will pass that down to you
but like,
now, so you can have a squiz. Thank you.
my crime was luck.
Right, it's crime to be lucky.
The most suspect thing you've said all day.
Oh man, if it's, okay.
My
not
crime
an
was luck.
My only
I'm an
crime
angry
was luck.
criminal, man. If luck is a crime. Oh,
True.
oh.
I think we should be looking at this guy.
It's always the little ones.
Don't fuck with little people, man.
Little
The
people.
little people.
I can get into the story if you want, but we don't need to, and it shouldn't be a problem. But it does mean I do know some people.
That might come.
That
honestly could
might
come
So-
in.
Andy.
Yeah.
So the whole point of this is that yes, June knows at least some of the people and locations on the notes. So
Yes.
everywhere is implied that June at least knows something about everywhere.
So are we?
I'm a
going to
traveler.
this-
I always know something about.
Do we know the contents of the note?
Yes. So
Are we gonna go to this like God's Forge place?
Well, I
Oh
don't
hell yeah, it's great.
Where is it? What is it?
If it is what I think it is,
Have I ever heard
although I
of it?
don't really remember, I think it's a tavern. I'm pretty sure it's like a fun house. There's a few things, you can get some stuff, you can buy some things, you can play some games.
I didn't get out a lot, so I don't really know where this place is.
Egg 14.
14. And
Even
you're
it might not be.
asking to see if you know anything.
If I know anything about the God's Forge.
You do know that the God's Forge is a location. You know that it's mostly a place of production, so it's located in Runalorm, and it is usually a place where a lot of the artifacts and weaponry that come from this area are made and then distributed to the rest of the Empire and White Lady.
Do you-
I don't think it's a bad idea to go check it out.
Do you tell that to us?
Yeah, I'm saying it.
Okay.
I'm saying like we're already going there. Like we're already going in that direction.
Element can't handle them herself. How far up the? Wait, why? This note's very okay. There's a lot going on in this note. Wait.
By the way, as a heads up, God's Forge is not what I think it is, and
Krugar's taking everything.
but
Yeah.
Now with a grain of salt.
I don't know if you were just like, as you were saying that, I was like, I don't think I've ever mentioned that to you, so.
I was just taking a punt.
So
There is a cool house over there that we can go hang out at, but like, we don't have to.
was it the Rosita-san who promised us the 50 gold each for helping out?
I think so.
Okay.
But you could also try and ask Zola. It's it's up to you, whatever you guys would like to do.
Well,
Do we
yeah,
know is Ola staying?
No,
Recent-
didn't
Yeah.
indicate anything to
before
you.
before I don't know if you guys are coming along, but before I go to the shop, I'd like to go talk to get my prize
Sure.
money.
Yeah, I would like to go to the Rosita-san to get us all some money so that we can actually go buy some
Yeah.
supplies.
Let's make a day out of it.
Okay.
Sure.
But wait, but first, can we make a quick detour to see if Barrel is okay?
No.
Sure.
what is barrel?
Oh,
What-
sorry,
what-
you
what
mi-
is
you
barrel?
You missed like the Okay, so it
It
all
doesn't
started.
sound great.
So it all started with all of us meeting here, and then there was a sign about this turtle being lost, and then I relayed the whole adventure.
Yeah. So
Okay.
basically,
Is Barrel the turtle?
this is obviously out of world. Me as a DM made a mistake. The first notice board that there was a notice board, and I put something up that said that there was a missing turtle. Tortoise.
As a joke.
It's just it was just like a random thing to make it feel like the world was alive. And then I shouldn't have said it
'Cause we all
first
latched onto it
because
very
everybody
quick and we
latched
went
onto
for-
it, and I was like, yeah, this is a new mission. And it took me ages to introduce James's character because they went on a quest to find it.
Yeah, James only got introduced in like the last hour.
I wanted,
really
yeah.
Oh my god. So is Barrel the turtle?
Barrel is the
Okay,
tortoise,
okay.
yeah.
And little Timmy is the owner.
Little Timmy is the owner.
That's right.
Good old little Timmy.
I would like to go and find little Timmy and see if he got Barrel okay.
A9, do you have any requests?
Oil. And then it's just like Tin
Being
Man
disturbed
style.
by you reaching out and touching the horror box.
We
more.
really need to get you like some stuff, other than like
Some
like,
lube.
like, other than, like,
Lubricant.
a boiler suit.
What the fuck?
And anything you want aside from the lubricant?
I'm a bit cloudy at the moment. I'm not sure if it's related to Delbert and his fiddling, but
You know,
Do you still have that armor that we gave you?
I always heard.
You might want to put that on. You were getting knocked around a fair bit.
it was studded leather armor, was it?
I'm not gonna say it. Actually, I am gonna say it.
And we need to find you that diamond. You said you wanted that little diamond before.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
We'll worry about all that with shopping.
Yeah, let's go get the money.
Sure.
Barrel first.
So, as you guys finish your meal on the house, you go up to pay, obviously, and the tavern keeper. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate it. And,
Dude, free food. I didn't even do anything.
Just thought it was
well,
the right
yours
thing
was
to do.
more because I was curious, and it seems like
Yeah.
that was a mistake.
That's,
So,
that's fair enough.
on the house for all of you, as you please.
Thank you. Just trying to help out wherever we can.
Go on, try a name.
We are the
You've got this.
we are
The doors. but it's door 1, door 3, door 4, door 5.
Always leave room for two doors.
Two doors needs to be present.
I knew it
We're
was
the,
coming.
we're the door smashers because we kick in the door and charge in, saving everybody that we can.
Doors.
Well, I hope you're not going to be smashing in any of my doors.
No, of course not. We'll fix the doors after we smash them in.
Well, you're not very effective adventuring party if you're smashing doors and then fixing them.
I don't know if that's gonna stick. We're sort of a new group. We're trying to figure it.
Well,
We're
I'd,
workshopping it.
I would workshop the name a little bit more.
Door smashers, guys, a bit too aggressive.
The doors were good.
The door openers.
All right. Well,
No, that's too soft.
if you need anything else,
They're just the doors.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I never actually got your name.
my,
In Cape Man. In Cape Man 1.
Cigar, and you are
Maldron.
Aldrin. Thank
My
you very
pleasure.
much.
That was quick.
Thank you very much,
Respect.
Maldrin. I'm sure we'll be back hopefully at some point.
I don't know if we'll ever come back here again. No offense.
I was about to say, what's wrong with you? This is a perfectly good establishment.
Look,
and
if
it's
we
kind
we
of,
go a week's journey away, I like. Who knows?
you're on a week's
You never
journey
know when
somewhere.
we're gonna be back in Ormure. You never know.
We're an adventuring party.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
I've seen
Anyway.
many of you type like you pass
And-
through. Wish you all the luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Vámonos.
Off to
All right. So as you guys exit the kind of a lively but still recovering tavern of the Cat's Eye, you step out and the streets themselves seem to be bustling in comparison to how they were before. The puddle of blood that was outside of the door to the tavern has been mopped up. It's completely gone. and now just replaced with kind of red-stained cobblestone streets. But other than that, everything seems to have returned to normal, at least as far as people kind of inhabiting the streets now. You can see that people kind of stop and look around alleyways and pass by, kind of looking over their shoulder, seeming worried and kind of concerned about what might come, and there's a general kind of distrust and nervousness in the air. You can see shopkeepers are kind of opening their windows up, with barricades kind of being pulled down and wrenched off the wrought iron windows. But yeah, you can see that there are some people that are kind of bustling in the area. It's definitely not as busy as it was when you first arrived, with the festival that was flooding the streets and all the colourful banners and lanterns that were hanging. And I'm assuming you guys are heading to the Rosita Sons office?
That's right.
Sure. So I think that is where we are going to take a break for now, as we reconvene in a little bit and decide what our door smashers.
The doors. With just the doors.
The doors. What our adventuring
Isn't that a
party.
band?
Yeah.
Yeah. What our adventuring party is going to do. So we will see you guys in a little bit. Ciao. Hello and welcome back. We are continuing on our session here. If you've just joined us, last we left off, our wonderful party was deciding on a name for themselves and making plans for their recent, decision to go to Runnel Orm. So you guys have exited the tavern and assuming you're all heading towards the same place, or would you like to split off? I believe you're getting your money first. Sure. So, if you'd like to, I'm going to say that we've kind of just bypassed picking up your money. It's pretty. It's pretty. You get the gist. You guys have all got 50 gold pieces extra.
Gold. Hell yeah.
As you head into the building itself, the Rosita-san is up in her office, and you can hear that there's the sounds of muffled talking. Sounds as if there's an argument or something similar occurring.
Does the voice arguing with the Rosita-san sound familiar?
Roll a perception check for me, please.
Perception or perceptive? That's a natural 20 for a 22.
Natural 20?
From
The
0 to
name
50.
does sound familiar. You can, the voice sounds familiar, and you realize that it's Lawrence Seelan. And though you, with a natural 20, though you don't hear yelling, you do hear Zola's voice as well.
Okay.
But it's pretty easy to pick up your money that was left with Busby.
Thanks, Busby. Hopefully
You're
we see you
right.
around.
Pleasure. Kind of waves you off.
Could I hear what they were arguing about?
Yeah, with a natural 20, it basically what you would assume they're arguing about whether or not you guys should be arrested. Also the presence of a crypt underneath the town that they didn't know about, which obviously has raised some concerns with the Grimoisian Legion. You also, with your natural 20, know that the Rosita-san and Zola are arguing that you shouldn't be arrested, and Seelan obviously is arguing that you should.
Fucking Sealant.
And you hear mentions of the Countess, and also, interestingly enough, a brief mention of the Rosita-san herself and the shock tool that was used on her.
Okay.
Yes?
Holly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gracious dungeon master.
Yes.
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
Will I have heard of a healthy Rob?
There's
Well-
some Robs out there that are pretty healthy.
they
Well-
could have split Healthy Rob in half. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
For context,
Thank you.
in this note that we found in the last session of this campaign, there was a code word, and over the break, Jack and I, or Dilbert and A9, have been trying to decipher it, and our 2 potential decrypted words, or 2 words, are healthy Rob, which she said we maybe know some healthy Robs. Also, holy breath.
Roll a history check for me, please.
Okay. So it's definitely a thing. Oh, that was so close to being another 1.
Can I? Wait, no, I can't do one as well.
You
I'll
can.
say just one. You
Yeah.
should have said advantage.
Oh,
first, though.
sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Too late.
We have a roll of 12.
A 12. You've heard brief mentions of holy breath as being a poison.
This fits with the idea. We were thinking maybe it was a potion.
So
given it
wait,
was
can
visible.
I say out of talk? Because I'm assuming we all share this note.
Yes.
Potential that it is a shipment of multiple potions or poisons.
Much like the poison that Rosita-san.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Wait, Rosita-san was injected with.
The bit of the
Oh,
dart.
true. Huge.
Ooh, could be huge discovery.
What was
Let's
it? Black-
go! We did it.
Black. What was it? Where was it being shipped in? Black Point.
Everywhere.
So
Oh, sorry.
this.
No, it says. It literally says.
To everyone.
So it says the order is to be picked up from Dount.
Down. Yep.
I thought I said donut when I first read it. I was like, donut. I'm just so hungry.
Yeah. It's effective
Yeah, I'm like donut. And half of it is to be sent to the Glass Empire.
Does the Glass Empire?
Roll a history check.
Is it related to the glass darts, mayhaps, perchance, by
Maybe.
happenstance?
I think I just know it. The Glass Shore is a coastline on the west side of the continent, I believe. That I haven't rolled anything, so I can't confirm or deny, but I'm pretty sure the Glass Shore is a glass. I don't know if they're literally glass, but they're a glass-based empire.
I mean, science just little bits of glass, right?
Glass-based
true.
empire.
Everything's glass.
now I'm imagining.
What about what about the
Everything
glass
was made of
doors?
glass.
The glass doors. No, why would we like that? Because the door breakers or the door bashers obviously didn't get the vibe from that with the group. We need a group name, guys. If we're gonna be adventurers, we need to have a cool name.
I'm still really on the doors, honestly.
But that doesn't. But like why though? Opening a door, like closing a door, like
Because of
doors?
two-door.
But yeah, it's just two-door.
What about Quilldor?
Huh?
True.
We have the rat with us.
He's not a rat.
There are multiple
He's
doors.
a
We're not the
raccoon.
like we're just the doors.
And I like the name Quildo.
Good for
Wait,
you.
what are we talking about?
a
The
group name, because we're an adventuring party. So if people
We
are gonna
need a
ask
name.
us who we are as a group, we need a name. So I guess we're going with the
Barrel's
doors?
Buddies.
Oh my god. Any name but that.
the doors.
I'll concede
Better
to the
than
With-
doors.
Quilldor,
As you guys
two-door.
are having this discussion, kind of making your way through the cobblestone streets of Ormerum, Dilbert, you feel a shove against your shoulder as a small, lithe halfling bumps into you.
Hey, what'd you do that for? I turn around.
Nothing personal, and keeps on walking.
I've taken note of appearance.
Roll a perception check for me, please.
It's gonna be a 12.
There's really no complaining about rolls like 10.
Huh?
Better than 2
I
ones
know,
and
no.
two.
I was looking at the modifier.
You can see that there's kind of a shock of curly black hair. Seems very small, pale face, kind of with a. You said it was a 12?
Mm.
With a 12, you can kind of see tattered clothes. Seems well worn, with a leather vest. You can get a relatively good, I guess, handle on what they look like from behind. You haven't seen their face.
Yeah.
But interestingly enough, as they pass, you feel that there was pressure against your side.
Yeah, I check my side and my back.
Sure. Roll an investigation check for me, please.
It's also gonna be at the 9.
The 9, you're not sure if they've taken anything, but you do find a note slipped into your pocket.
Well, what?
Okay.
You guys watch as Dilbert begins to pat his pockets.
Dill, you okay?
Do yeah. That weird halfling that just passed gave me a note.
What's that?
It's meet me at the broken mill. Bring only yourself. 3 tonight.
Good luck.
Can I come?
Does anyone know about a broken mill anywhere nearby?
Absolutely not.
I
Do
think we
I?
do.
Would I know about a broken mill?
Roll an investigation check.
I mean, we're in a farming.
Oh, that's a nat 1.
For the nat 1, most of the surrounding wheat fields are too large, too tall for you to see past.
Oh, great, awesome. Once
So
again,
as you're kind of
my
scanning the horizon, these fields of gold are kind of rustling gently in the breeze, and unfortunately, they're just a bit too high for you. You can't really see past them, but you do get, as they're kind of waving in the breeze, you do get a couple of seeds of the wheat kind of wafting into your face and getting stuck in your skin.
Ow! I have no idea where to go.
I'm sure there's a local. Maybe we can ask the shopkeeper when we go to get some supplies.
I mean, yeah, I'm down.
Was there not a mill near the cornfields that we were attacked?
There was.
I
Was it
Maybe.
broken?
I don't know. I don't think we fully investigated it, but
I mean, it's a farming town. There's gonna be windmills around. So.
Yeah, well, but was that one broken?
Does anyone remember?
What does a windmill
I got
look
it.
like, just so I can keep my eye out for it?
A building. Just keep an eye out for buildings.
Like that one?
Yep.
It's the one that like goes, spins. It's got like the four giant planks of wood that's constantly spinning. That's a windmill.
You know, the thing that spins
Okay.
on the thing.
No, but I'll
If
look
you
out
see
for
something
it.
spinning, just point it out.
Okay.
But it will be broken, so it might not be spinning.
This is getting confusing now.
Well,
Look
this
for
is a
anything
really
you
helpful
think will
conversation. I like. Should I go alone or?
No.
Definitely.
No. What if? What if?
Thank you, Nadria. I appreciate it.
That's not very nice. We're a team now.
Where are the doors?
I mean, there might be consequences if I don't go alone. Is all.
We'll be. You go alone, and we
I mean,
can back you up.
you guys can stay a fair distance away, and I'll call to you if need be. I think I can. Can I use Draconic Cry in such a way that it would be me calling to friends if I need to.
How loud's the cry?
I'm gonna say they'd probably hear it, depending on how far away they are.
Another thing you could do is it's gonna be 3. You could just breathe fire in the direction.
Oh
You'll
yeah,
probably
I
see it,
light up as like a
'cause
flare.
there's light.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That works too.
I'd let you do that.
I'd
let you do.
I'd
the
say,
cry as well,
if you guys are gonna stay anywhere nearby, I'd say like stay at least like 200, 150 feet away, so you can't be like detected by any means, other than magical, of course. But
Okay.
like I don't want to upset whoever this is. Has the halfling kind of like disappeared?
as you were having this conversation, you can see that the halfling has walked well past the kind of where you guys were clustered. Definitely not hanging around kind of at the end of the street at this point. You can see him turning right into what appears to be an alley or a building, perhaps.
I mean, he's but halfling just kind of just slipped this in my pocket and walked away. So I
Not a
don't
friend
know.
of yours? Like,
Well, I've never seen him before in my life, so no.
okay, you have. So June has friends, and now you have
No.
friends. Does anybody else have any friends they want to let out?
Quildor! He's my friend.
Okay, fair. I should have
It's not my
elaborated
friend,
when I
I
asked
swear.
that question.
I don't have a lot of friends.
I'm your friend now.
Some kind of enemy, but I don't really know.
Yeah, you not having friends is really apparent.
Thanks.
No worries.
Well, aren't we all friends now, though?
Surely.
Truly.
We're all best
Uh,
friends.
Acquaintances. I've known you guys for like 3 days.
So?
According
Less than that.
Less than.
I'm really grateful that you're willing to come along to this weird meetup.
We're an adventuring group now. We have to look out for each other. All of our problems are each other's problems, and we're gonna help each other, and we're gonna support each other, and we're gonna slay monsters and become famous. while we're doing it.
Are you gonna help me find what happened to the forest?
Yes, of course. That's what we're all gonna do. We're all gonna help each other out.
Thanks.
But first, supplies.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
what are you
Let's go
looking
get
for
some
in particular?
supplies.
Places where we can get like enough like food, like rations and stuff for like the long, because it's
Pork.
a week travel that we estimate.
Yes.
So enough food, I guess, for all of us for a week. Maybe like just some general like camping supplies, like anything to do with tents, like kindling, building fires, anything like that. Just basic camping stuff.
Sure. So with your gold in hand now, are you asking people around for?
Yeah.
Sure. Roll an investigation check for me, please.
Do-do. I reroll ones. To a 2. Excellent. That's a that's a 2.
A 2. A lot of the people that you're asking as you pass are in a bit of a hurry and are kind of just brushing you off and not seeming to pay too much attention to you.
Excuse me. Oh, okay.
Out of the way, asshole, and kind of
That's
shoves
a
you to
bit
the side
Oh, that's rude, isn't it?
and just keeps on walking. Doesn't seem to pay too much attention to you.
You're the asshole.
But after a little while, if you're just going to walk around in an aimless circle, you do come across what appears to be a tailor's shop called Wayland's Tailoring. If you'd like to enter, or if you're wanting to continue on for general store or something similar.
I will go in just to ask them. He's like, hi, excuse me, do you know where there's like a general store we can buy some supplies? We're an adventuring party, you see, and we just need some stuff to get on the road.
Sure. So as you enter this building, you can see that there are rows upon rows of what appear to be mannequins that are dancing in kind of jaunty jigs and kind of posing. The clothes kind of being stitched onto them and kind of altered as they go. And you can see at the desk there's an ancient-looking gnomish man, hair white, spectacles, horn-rimmed spectacles, kind of pushed down onto a large nose. Got kind of those, those mutton chop beards. It's kind of wispy and sticking out in all different directions. White, stark white. Dressed to the nines.
Are we with Kruger, or is this just
Up to you
Kruger?
guys.
Do you mind the journey? Do you mind the company?
I assume everybody would be tagging along. Oh,
Yeah.
otherwise, unless they want to go and do their own thing.
I'd love to join you.
Sure.
Okay.
So you guys all enter this building, and you can see that this gnomish man looks over to you. Yes, what can I do for you?
Hi. We're not from here. We're looking for a place where we can just get some general supplies so we can be on the road within a couple of days.
General supplies like clothes.
No. More like food, camping utensils, stuff like that. Maybe. Do we want a cart? Do we want a cart, like a horse and cart to get around?
I'm
or?
not pulling it.
That's an
Yeah.
awful long list for you.
Don't worry about the horse and cart. Just some camping supplies and some food.
Pork.
I sell clothes. I don't sell any of that stuff.
But do you know who would run a general store in town? I'm guessing you've been here a while.
What gave it away?
The awesome mutton chop beard.
And
Sir?
it kind of begins to stroke it. Hey! You
It
like
totally
my
isn't the
beard?
wrinkles.
It reminds me of an uncle that I have back at home. Yeah.
You ever know me, uncle?
Wait. Are you my uncle?
Might be what's your name. My name's Godfrey Wayland.
Godfrey Whalen?
Yeah, that's my name. Didn't you see it's Wayland's Tailoring?
I'm Krugar Tukadok, so I think immediate connection of the last name. I don't
so
think
no
we're related.
relation, that's what you're saying. So you're just
No.
wasting my time.
I love this character.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Whalen, sir. Yeah, I'm just asking if you. Oh, no, I'm flustered.
He just stands there blinking owlishly at you, kind of just waiting.
Do you know where the nearest general store is in town?
Oh, we're sure it's past this next door. It's going to Merriam General Store.
To the what? Sorry.
It's going to Merriam General Store.
The old Merriam General Store. I guess that. Wow, that
Yeah,
makes
it's
sense.
just next door.
Why did it take so long to find that? Okay.
I don't know. Maybe you need to get some glasses like mine.
Can I try? Can I try them on?
Sure thing, Sam. And kind of takes them off.
How will I put?
Oh, this dude is blind. You see hardly anything.
Is he like bug-eyed?
A little bit,
What?
yeah. He's kind of squinting now that he's taken off his glasses, kind of beady eyes, looking at you, trying to kind of make out what you're doing.
No, I think my eyesight's okay. Thank you, and I'll give him his glasses back.
Sure, slips them back on. They immediately fall down to the tip of his nose.
And then second out Lewis.
Does anybody want any clothing?
Absolutely not.
I walk out of the store and go next door.
What? That's so mean.
Thank you.
You know what?
I
Do you
wasn't
have any
talking to
scarves?
this guy.
You have any scarves? Sure, I got lots.
And he kind of heads over and shows you an array of really beautiful scarves. This guy, for as bumbling and ancient as he seems, is obviously very skilled at what he does. There's all kinds of patterns. You can see some of them are moving.
That's cool. Do you have anything in orange with this? Wow, is that moving? Is that like moving thread or something?
Yeah, it's on the enchantment, son.
Can I get one of these in orange?
Sure, what pen would you like?
What would I want? Sorry.
What pen would you like?
Patent. Oh. I can do
Yeah,
that.
you're blind and deaf, yeah?
I love. God damn it. Something like maybe like golden fields, like just sort of like waving in the wind.
That's not a bad.
No.
It'd take me about, I think, a couple of hours, and it'd take probably about 4 hours or so.
Okay, yeah, sure, I'll come back. Yeah, sure.
So I think that'll run you probably about 5 silver.
That's really cheap. Oh my.
Yo.
I'm giving you a discount because I like you so much, son.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice. I'm gonna tip him just a whole gold though, because I find it.
His eyes kind of light up.
Well, that's very kind of you, son. Thank you.
You've been very nice. Thank you. I'll be back for this later.
Sure thing. See you in a couple of
In
hours.
a couple hours. Thank you.
And immediately like whisks a roll of fabric down and kind of begins to make do specifications. As you guys exit the store, you do see in fact that the Ormerum General Store is basically next door. It's right across from you on the other side of the street.
Oh. Found it, guys.
Great work.
Well,
Sure thing. So
in we go.
as you guys head in, the Ormerum General Store is stocked full of lots of different bottles of, it looks like alcohol. You can see some herbal remedies and things like that kind of lining the walls. You can also see that there's things like bread. And there's a small little attached room of sorts, kind of like a building built onto the side that says at the top, ready for it. And you can just see loaves of bread kind of stacked high at the back. Loads of shelves. There's all different kinds of herbs. You can see that there's some sets of armor that are kind of set up in the corner, and lots of rusted kind of weaponry that's being cleaned by several half-elf individuals that are kind of working away at them. And you can see that there's about 5 or 6 people who are currently in the general store themselves. And sort of up to one side there's a there's a long bench, and you can see lots of little sweet jars behind, in between little bottles of various liquids of all different kinds of colours.
I'll just go up to the clerk and just ask for general camping supplies and enough rations to last us for the trip.
Sure. So you can see that there's a half-elf individual that heads to help you. What would you like to purchase? Just camping supplies?
Yeah, like a simple tent or a swag or anything like that, and just like enough food that will keep for the trip, or just keep for it in general.
Sure. I wonder if do they have prices for that? I don't think they do.
I think they just call them rations, and
Yeah.
just rations.
So I'm wondering. Bear with me a moment, everyone, while
Rawr.
I look this up.
Well, look this up and see my size and so good.
I'm also an old man.
New favorite character, Godfrey
Oh,
Wise.
Buzz-
Buzzby's
seems like-
already gone.
It seems like my old characters are just knock out of the park every time.
are
And I don't
both
know
of
why.
these-
Maybe I'm good at being old.
Are both of these stores actually just connected? And he just puts on like a fake beard and a mustache
Oh,
and,
yeah,
go,
he just
and like,
runs around.
runs around like through a secret door and is the same person. That's
Sure.
that's my headcanon for these two stores.
Beautiful
We
head.
can all dream, but I see that now, and that is head canon.
I don't know how there's a door that goes to the other side
Underground.
of the road.
There's an underground door.
Let me see.
He has an underground door and he just like travels underneath and quickly changes all his clothes.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
My pleasure. It depends on the chicken sauce.
That's probably
Okay.
chicken.
Do you want
Huh?
to share?
No, you'd be surprised.
Okay, so for one day, rations are 5 silver pieces. So
damn,
are you
okay.
getting for 7
There.
days?
Chip over here.
Please.
Well, yeah, for me, yeah, definitely, because we're probably gonna need to eat. I guess we can hunt, but I don't know. We'll worry about that.
There's, it's
It's better to have. I guess it's better to have rations
I do
in
not
case
want
we
you
don't
cooking
get
the food.
anything.
yeah, and it's fairly forested area along the way. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's too desolate. So
Sure, so for 5 silver pieces, that's what? For 7 days, that's 35 per person, is that right?
Yes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, yeah.
So
Alright,
it's-
which is 3 gold, 5 pieces of silver. 3 gold, 5 pieces of silver, I think.
and 6 of us are eating, because A9 does not.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
true. Yeah.
Well, we have so much gold, I suppose.
And how much for like a simple like camping setup? Like
Oh, look, I don't think I don't think they have a price for it.
you can make it.
But I'm just gonna say, yeah, I'd say probably. It depends on how big you want the tent to be.
Well, I'm a little guy. Don't need to be that big.
I'd say you could probably set something up reasonably for. I'm gonna say 5 gold. I think you could get a decent tent set up.
Damn.
That brings us to a total of 26 gold for all of it.
You split that up between the 7 of us. Well, hang on. Is this like a tent big enough for all of us, or just one person?
I'd say probably be 1 person at 5 gold. Actually, maybe 2 people per tent.
Okay.
So, but you know, I mean, you can haggle with him if you want.
Do you have any?
But
2 people per tent.
I just
minimum.
looked at Nadrika.
I see.
Do we maybe want to get like a group tent?
No.
Absolutely not.
I
We could be
You just have
cuddle
A9
buddies.
standing in the corner watching you sleep.
Does A9 trance with his eyes open?
I don't know. Does A9 trans with his eyes open?
I guess it just depends on the occasion. If I'm feeling spooky,
Does A9 have eyelids?
yeah.
I haven't thought about it.
Are you like a snake with no eyelids?
This is the most important character tonight. Question.
I've I've never drawn A9 with eyelids so far. I think you've just got like gaps which occasionally lights like turn on within.
There we go. No eyelids. We heard it here first, folks.
But I would like to take A9 to the side.
Mhm.
And then across the street. A9.
Yes.
I think it's worthwhile stating that I know you don't sweat. I know you don't sort of decay as we do, in a sort of continual matter. But your clothes are getting stinky, and you are getting a little stinky. And we're here. I would like to shout you an outfit. As an outfit, you can get it designed, like what colors suit you. But I think it's time that we expand your wardrobe. I'll carry it if that's a trouble, but I don't think it'll be a trouble. What say you?
I've never been too concerned what I look like, nor what I smell like. I guess I'm just used to the stench.
Can you
Fair enough.
smell?
I would say so.
Okay, good to know.
Well, yeah. Well, I think even as like a part of this group, it's like it's cool that we can sort of style ourselves a bit more.
I guess I am. I do
my
stand out a
mistake.
little bit.
2-person tent, 2 gold pieces.
We can
best
we
take
can
it up.
smell you.
Okay.
And,
That's pretty good.
Do it.
Can I get you an outfit?
I can get myself an outfit.
May I have the honor of shouting it for you?
I'm not going to complain.
Thank you. The old whale.
Whale.
Yes,
Whaling.
it's
Whalen.
it's
Thank
whaling, but thanks.
Sorry, Whalen. Would we be able to trouble you for a second costume, a second outfit?
Costume, these is fine clothes here, so costumes.
Fair enough. Would we be able to trouble you for a second fine clothing?
Sure,
Fine.
what are you looking for?
It'll need to be something long sleeves, long pants, and a hood to cover as much.
I think is you like a robot or something? Like one of them Arkanoids?
I think maybe your eyes are playing tricks on you.
Okay.
Actually, roll a perception check. Perception check.
Yeah.
Deception?
Yeah, well, you're lying to the guy.
Can I help at all? He's had a rough night. His skin's it's a pallor. It's troublesome.
Do I roll with
Yeah, roll with
advantage?
advantage.
Oh, the ones are so close. We're looking at 12.
12? Let's see. I'm just going to do a random roll to see if he...
Okay, my mistake. I might get my prescription changed or something. Alright, so, what kind of quality are you looking for?
What kind of quality?
A high quality. We're looking for
Oh, like
Would you-
a fine piece of cloth or
something a little sturdy as well for the journey. Something that won't tear too easily.
Right, so like a traveler's clothes or something you're looking for?
Would it be acceptable for me to say an aesthetic piece of traveler's clothing?
Aesthetic, you don't think anything that I have is aesthetic?
Especially. No, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Yes, traveler's clothing.
Alright, well, what do you want to look like?
For a deaf man.
I've grown quite attached to this color blue.
Right, so the same shade for everything, or you want like a...
Jeez, I feel a bit on the spot. I might take a look around the room. Do I see any... What kind of outfits do I see around?
There's all different kinds. You can see some that are kind of very intricate, with, like I said, moving patterns on them. You can see filigree kind of crawling up the fine silk doublets. You can also see that there's kind of leather tunics and there's vests and anything there's like woolen mantles and cloaks and things like that. If you, it's kind of up to you what you'd like to go for.
I do quite fancy the look of that robe there.
Sure, it's easy enough to do. Take your measurements and all that.
And in a second, he kind of snaps his fingers, and you can see that there's a measuring tape that's next to you and is pulled taut and begins to wrap around you and take your measurements.
Do you want an enchantment on your clothing at all?
Surely that would come at some sort of premium.
That's all right.
Premium cost.
Do you enchant?
Nothing more than the moving stuff. I'm not that skilled a wizard or anything like that.
I think that was a yes.
He only does the moving stuff.
Thank you.
Not, anything else. He's not a
Make it
physical
look
wizard. He's
like an ocean. It's cool.
I want moving clothing.
I got clothing. Would it make my unarmored strike not work?
It's not armor, it's just clothing.
It's
That's
just
right.
I'm not too concerned about anything moving, but I would appreciate lots of pockets and storage space.
Well, like a cargo shirt or something.
Sounds wonderful.
Cargo shirt.
Easy enough to do. That'll be, I'd say, 2 gold pieces for the lot.
No problem. Thank you.
Sure. So,
Well, thank you, Dune. Very kind of you.
Always a pleasure.
um,
Never a chore.
always a pleasure, never a chore.
Aww.
Always a pleasure, never a chore, guys.
Alright, well, all your alterations and everything will probably take me about 2 hours or so, but I can get it done for you today if you like.
All right, sounds wonderful.
Sure thing, see you in a couple hours.
Are we still in the general store?
Yes.
I asked the shopkeeper if he has any potions.
Sorry, that horse kills left, right. You're asking just any of the...
Yeah, just if there's potions or any kind of healing item in stock.
Well, I guess it depends on what you're looking for. You can see a lithe, kind of lean, looking half-elf with a kind of scraggly goatee kind of hanging in front of his face, peers up at you. We're kind of fresh out based on how all of the arbiters sent everybody down to the Soltaran borderlands for some sort of ruckus or something down there, but I could probably get you like a regular healing potion, be about 50 gold pieces if you're looking.
I can give you 40.
Roll a persuasion check.
Come on, dice. That'll be an 11.
Why would I give it to you for 40? I just told you the price was 50.
Isn't that how you guys do it around here? I'd like.
Usually after a bit of discussion, but
I mean,
based on the fact that I only got like 5 left, I'd say, I can't really part with them for anything less than 50.
I mean, look, I think it'd be helpful. Like, wait, how much does a regular healing potion?
50.
No, like, how much does it heal?
It's
2d4 plus
4.
2.
2.
2d4 plus 2.
My mistake.
Yeah, I'll do it. I think it could be a valuable asset just in case
Sure.
anyone dies.
Easy enough to do. Purchase a
Yeah, I'll
potion of healing.
get one of those, and then I'm like, thanks. Sorry to hassle you.
That's alright. I'd say work on it for next time.
I will, and you know.
It's always good to butter them up with a bit of negotiation.
Wait,
first.
oh no, I totally should have too. I would have been so much. It would have been awesome. I have where is it? Draconic presence, persuasion. If I fail a persuasion check, oh, it's a check. Sorry, not a. Would that
Is
have
a
worked?
persuasion check, yep.
Oh, you can use the reaction to re-roll the check once once it turns a failure into a success. You can't use it again until you do a long rest. Can I try again? Or is it
I'm
a
gonna
bit too
say
late?
no, because you
Okay.
already
Yeah,
summoned
okay.
you, but for next
Fucking, I
time,
should have
definitely something to
remembered.
keep in mind.
Gotta
I was
remember
like,
your
I'm never
abilities.
gonna be able to use this, and I literally just had a perfect
Yes.
opportunity to use it.
Gotta remember them abilities, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Alright, so what would the rest of you guys like to do?
I think
Go.
I'll follow into the general store.
Sure.
Would there be a section for? I'm looking for 2 things. First, some tools.
What kind of tools are you looking for?
Any kind of artisan's tools. I suppose whatever's cheapest.
You want
Not
like,
cheap as in, I don't want it to be an awful quality, but
you want like some thieves' tools, some masons' tools.
smith's tools, woodcarver's tools, carpenter's tools. I've got tools of the
Sure,
trade.
So
I
you just
can-
want any kind of tool?
Yeah, it's a set of artisan's tools.
Sure. You can see that there's a section that's kind of devoted in the very back of the store to things like mining equipment, adventuring equipment, things like hemp rope. You can see that there are some basic short swords and daggers there as well. And it's easy enough to find tools in that vicinity. You can see that there are packs of tools that are kind of bundled up in fold-out leather I guess, fold-out leather sleeves and things that you can pluck from, depending on what you're looking for. They usually run about, I think it's 20 gold, but I could be wrong about that. I think that's for smith's tools, though.
As another point of call,
Mhm.
who paid for the rations before?
No one's bought the rations yet.
I'll pay for them as well.
You sure?
And
No, that's
how
a
many
lot of-
how many
that's
are
a
we
lot of
adding to
I'm
our
not planning
things?
to
20
spend it.
gold pieces for the smith's tools.
I'll buy
For
the
the
tents.
woodcarver's tools, it's 1 gold piece. And you said that you were looking for something else?
Yeah, a few other things. I doubt the general store would sell gemstones.
No, probably not. You wouldn't see them
I'm sure.
in here, at least.
All right. Well, then I'll bring those tools. The carpenter's tools you said were 1 gold piece.
Woodcarver's tools
Woodcarver's
are
tools.
1 gold piece.
Yep.
The smith's tools are 20 gold pieces. Carpenters are 8 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'll grab the woodcarver's tools, the ones that are 1 gold piece.
Sure.
Because with tools of the trade, it's one of my things. Apparently, I can turn any artisan's tools into any other artisan's tools. So,
Okay.
so I'm. I just assume that means I can grab the cheap ones, and then they can serve me as anything.
Yeah.
I believe so,
you can,
yeah.
You can magically create any artisan tool that you want in an hour. Yeah.
Sure.
Cool.
All right.
Artificers, man.
Awesome.
know.
What the hell? That's so cool.
Um.
How many rations are we adding?
So it'd be.
I think
I think
June
the
just bought the
rations
rations.
for.
Well, you said it's 35 silver for 7 days worth per person.
Yes.
Yeah. You sure
So
you want to do that?
7
that's
days
a lot.
worth of
That's like
rations.
that's like a lot of money, though.
Okay.
That's 21.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. Well, June bought all the rations.
Sure.
Are you
I'll buy-
giving
I'll
them to
buy-
us? Okay.
7
Yeah,
days of
yeah,
rations each, I believe.
I'll buy 3 tents, 3 2-man tents.
Sure.
Okay. Does 89? 89? Do you need a? Do you want a tent? Because there's an odd number of in the group. You want it? I don't want to be rude. I mean, I'm also happy to share. I think I can maybe fit in with another person. 'cause people
You
don't
can
mind.
fit in with me and Nadria.
So long as I'm sheltered from the elements, my wood doesn't take kindly to.
I'll
rain.
buy another tent. I'll buy another tent.
Sure.
Okay.
It's easy enough to do.
So we have 4 tents. So. plenty of
Okay,
space.
so you guys have secured your rations and your tents.
Perfect.
Is there anything else you guys are looking to purchase?
Do you need an arcane focus or anything like that, James? To cast your spells.
I'm working on
cool.
it.
Is there anything else?
Yeah. Nadria, Maylin, is there anything you guys want?
Go.
Not,
Absolutely not.
not that I can think
Wow.
of. I don't think.
Also, if you're thinking of sharing a tent with me, you can carry it.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, as long as you guys got it sorted between
Wait, how many
yourselves.
tents did we get?
I believe you got 4.
We have 4 tents.
4. Who's carrying them?
I'll carry 2.
I can carry one. If
Malin's
I'm carrying mine as.
you're carrying one, you're carrying one.
I'm happy to.
I think Krugar's got 2,
I'll
which
carry
is
2.
You're
all
carrying
our tents.
2.
I can carry
Okay, yeah, fair. I'll carry the other one if you want.
Alright, so you can put a tent in your inventory, and you can put a tent
Yeah.
in your inventory. I'll take away 2. And you've given out the rations to everybody, June?
Yep, everyone has 7 days worth of rations.
Thank
Mm.
you.
Except
Sweet.
me.
Yeah, except
How
you.
do
You
I
got
add
clothes.
it?
Did we Did we buy rations? Did you take out money for A9's rations?
No, I don't think I bought A9 rations
Mm.
I
because
wouldn't have said so.
Don't need to eat.
21 is 7
Huh?
times
Oh,
6.
yeah.
No,
No, that's not right.
7.
7
3.
times
There we
3
go.
because 7 is
Ah.
already 2 up. It was just easier to do that than 3.5.
Cool.
Alright, anything else anybody wants, or are you guys heading out?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, I reckon we're done.
I'll
I'm
I'll bring those woodcarver's tools to the counter and purchase them.
Sure.
And also ask the cashier if they know of somewhere where I could find rare metals and gemstones.
You're looking for what kind of gemstones or metal? I mean, best chance would probably be asking at the Smiths, but I don't really think we get a whole lot of rare stuff around here. We're not really that kind of place. It's more for utility and all that to help out whoever's on the, the borderlands.
Right. So the Smith will potentially hold.
I guess so. I mean,
Aquamarine.
I don't really know what his stores are like, but I guess you can ask him. He'd probably be the best bet. We don't really have anybody here that sells gems or anything like that. You probably have to go up to Dount, maybe somewhere like I don't know if you're going the other way, maybe Runalorm or Rebellium, somewhere like that. They probably have more chance at something like that. Depends on how far you want to go.
All right. Wonderful. Well, thank you.
Did you mention Doubt?
Dount, yeah, it's not too far from here. Probably about 3 days or so.
Were we already familiar with Doubt?
We are definitely.
Oh.
Okay, good.
Oh, I probably need to buy some food for Quildor.
Sure. I don't really know what raccoons eat, but I'm gonna say you can get something for a gold piece for
Yeah.
Quildor for the week or so.
That'd be good.
A Quildor Russian.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
whole
really know
gold piece.
What the
Raccoons eat
When
trash,
our
don't they?
was
when
gonna
our
say, they-
Russians $36.
Raccoons.
I'll just
36
add a
is
bit
still
more
not
of whatever I have. Just add a little bit more to share with Quildor.
Raccoons have very good stomachs.
Well, I mean, it's a general store. They're meant to feed people. I don't know what you like. What?
People
Yeah.
food works.
People food.
Surely.
People
I
food
always
works.
I always eat with Quildor. I share my food with him.
Sure,
So if I could have a little bit extra.
sure. For a gold piece, I'll say you can get
One
enough for
gold
Quildor. Probably 7 to 10 days.
Oh, one.
Click number one.
Somebody else was speaking to me. Sorry.
Oh no, I think I was just vaguely nattering about raccoons.
Dount.
Yeah, and we figured that.
Yeah. So he said that Dount is 3 or so days away.
Perfect.
So would I know if Down is closer than Runalorm and where else?
Well, it's definitely closer, but if it's whether or not it's in the same direction.
Would I know?
Roll a survival check for me, please.
Survival.
Do you have a map by chance? We're sort of just like
Uh-huh.
we're kind of not great. I mean, a couple of us are great at directions, not all of us. It'd be kind of handy just to get a lay of the land.
Matt, well, you ain't really in luck. I actually just sold it to a battalion going down to the Weld Lock, so I'm fresh out of maps. But I did hear that the stopover place about a day away, Helior's got plenty of maps out in that direction, so maybe giving that a whirl if you're heading out there.
And which direction is that?
That's about north from here, I think.
Do you have a compass?
Do I have a compass? Certainly.
I
a
will-
compass?
I'll buy a compass.
Well, considering you've kind of bought a little bit from me today, pretty good business, I'll give it to you for free. So, yeah, no worries.
Jeez. Thanks.
Sorry I couldn't help
Thanks,
you with
sir.
the map or anything, but if you head out that way, there's a nice cartographer there called Roderick. You might be able to help you out or something.
Roderick.
What's wrong with Roderick?
My first thought is Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yo, there's an emo guy over that way. Let's go.
Where did you?
I
where
saw
was
the
it- where's
loaded
your
diaper
base,
van.
Roger?
Helior.
Helior, thank you.
Where are you based?
Based.
Always.
Based Roderick moment.
Based.
Roderick, the based cartographer.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no
So
worries. You're heading to Helior then, or?
I mean, is it on the way to Ronalum?
Yeah, actually, same direction.
Then we'll be passing through there. Excellent.
Sure thing.
Thank you. I'm gonna walk out.
is everyone like done?
I mean,
I mean, you guys need to pick up your clothes, I suppose, but
yeah, I'm probably just gonna. Oh yeah, what are we gonna do for?
I might ask around for
Yeah, I got-
Broken Mill
Yeah.
to see if anyone knows a broken mill nearby.
Sure. Roll an investigation check for me, please.
Nat 20.
Nat 20? Yeah. You head out, and the first person that you see is kind of a skinny-looking half-orc, tusk still kind of coming through. Looks down at you. You're looking for a broken mill. It's actually just, well, I mean, I don't know why you're looking for it, but it's actually just down the way to the right. It's right on the outskirts of the wheat field. Can't miss it. It's near the Woollier River.
Oh, thanks. That's exactly what I needed.
Sure thing.
Cheers.
Yeah.
See you later.
And just kind of like heads off,
Yeah.
looking at you strangely.
Like I kind of like send him on his way. Just like
does a little half salute.
like just like good man, good soul. hope he does well.
Right, no worries. He begins to walk away and kind of just gives you a half salute. Anything else anybody would like to do, or shall we fast forward to you guys picking up your clothes and?
Yeah, one quick role play flavor thing with the scarf. Can I go back to Waylon and just ask him to change the how far? He wouldn't have been that far along with the scarf. It's been like what, a couple minutes since we ordered. Like
I'd say probably about a half hour to an hour, based
an
on
hour.
everything that you guys are picking
Okay.
up and then taking with you.
I'll be like, sorry, can you add a quick adjustment / pattern to the scarf if that's not too much trouble? Sorry.
Kind of peers down at you, fixes his glasses.
Again, really, what is it?
It's just something really small. It's something super small.
Alright, what is it?
And I show him like a the giant word for stone, like it just is like all carved out in certain runes. Like, can you put that on the scarf and have it like sort of
It's fine
wait?
lettering, isn't it? But I guess so. Where would you like it?
Just like on the frayed, like near the frayed end on it, just sort of like taking up like.
Well, like, do you want tassels now too, or something?
If that's okay, I'll pay extra.
And I pay extra, I just didn't realize.
And then he takes fabric out there and begins to kind of make something again for you. Yeah, do you want it on both sides of the fabric? Or?
Yeah, both sides. Yes,
Sure
please.
enough, easy to do.
Thank you. You're the
Right.
best.
Thank you. Nobody's ever said that to me.
This
I can't
dude.
wait. I'm really looking forward to it, sir. It's gonna be awesome.
Sure, really appreciate it. Thanks.
And then
Sorry.
I'll leave, and then as that's happening, I'll just while everybody's doing whatever they're gonna do, I'm gonna find like an open sort of field just to do some sword practice. And when I have a free moment, I'm gonna kind of just look at my sword and the runes that are already carved into it, and I'm gonna like slightly like get some of the paint that I use to like paint my face, like with my tribal like Goliath giant like paints that I like to apply to my face, and I'm just gonna like kind of track some runes on my sword, and I'm gonna spell out the word for fire on my sword, and I'll be like, and then I'll like, I imagine how I imagine it, like the band sort of reacts to the words, and it's just sort of like the sword will just kind of like alight in flame, and I, oh, this thing rules, and then I'll just kind of do a bit of sword play and just
Cool.
practice.
Yeah, sure. Easy enough to find an open field to do all of that in.
Awesome, that's me.
No worries. Anything else you guys want to do?
I go to the broken mill and just kind of like. What time are we saying it is now?
I'd say probably 4 in the afternoon. or so.
I kind of just like go suss out the location of where I was told to meet with this person.
Sure.
Would
Is
you
that
like
mission?
company?
Yeah, sure. You can come along if you want.
Thank you. I would love to come along.
Anyone else can
I
come.
can
I'm just kind of
Absolutely not.
going places. Yeah, look, if a majority of people come along, you might be left standing alone. It's up to you.
I could
Please come along.
Just, I could just
It'll
sit
be fun.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
All right, and you're going in the daytime just to
yeah,
suss
yeah.
it out. Sure. Let me.
Is it's still light out? How like there's like a couple hours daylight?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably 4 in the
Yeah,
afternoon
yeah,
after
yeah, yeah.
everybody's doing everything.
Sweet.
And you're all going, or
I think I still have some things to do in town.
Yeah, I'll be staying.
I'm doing
Okay.
my sword practice.
Okay, so the three of you.
Yeah.
I'm a bit,
Yep.
yeah.
Where?
All right. So, as you pass beyond the clearings.
Wait 1 second. Before I leave, I tell everyone. I'm assuming people were nearby when I got told where it was, but I'd relay that information just in case, so
Sure.
they all know where to meet. Just in case. Yeah.
Smart.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Go on,
worries.
go on.
Okay, so as you go beyond into the wheat fields where you first met the people that you're now maybe considering your friends, you watch as the fields get more and more unkempt and wild, and you can see that there are brambles and bushes filled with berries and kind of thorny roses that crawl up through these wheat fields, kind of competing for space. And you can see that there's the dirt path that you had been following before has well and truly been taken over by grass and by tall standing weeds, and the only kind of visible outline that you have for a path is actually a depression in the wheat field. Did somebody laugh at
There was
depression?
no need
Damn,
for
it'll
that.
be okay, buddy. Hey, you'll get through it.
You can see a track made in the wheat field. Looks like something heavy's been pulled through it, a cart perhaps. You can see that there are two kind of indentations that look like wheel marks. And here in this space, the wheat grows tall, higher than the top of your head. And it's overtaken by these weeds that spread throughout it as old husks kind of litter the ground. As burgeoning wheat competes for light, all of them are long forgotten to time and allowed to grow untamed. As you move through these wild fields, spikes from the unsown wheat catch again on your clothes and dig into your skin,
Again? Oh my god.
clinging on as you try and brush them off. Dandelions crunch under your feet as you move onwards, the moonlight streaming in above you as the wheat and weeds. Moonlight? Fucking hell, my brain. The sunlight streams in above you as the wheat kind of stands taller than your eye line, closing in around you and creating this natural corridor that blocks your vision. Eventually, you see the area before you open up, which reveals a clearing filled with wild grass and brambles like you'd seen before on your journey here. And emerging from this corridor of wheat, the sound of running water reaches your ears as a nearby stream rushes past. It's wild as it laps against the banks and foams as it hits sharp rocks that protrude outwards from the riverbed. Two buildings stand in the distance, a raised wooden platform held over the stream, suspending a water wheel above the stream below. The wheel itself is broken, half submerged in the river and covered in thick green algae and dead leaves that rest in the cradle of its paddles, rotten where they connect with the water nearby. Before you stands a decrepit mill and what appears to be a collapsed silo. Large undulating craters are made in the earth of this clearing, and a nearby tree kind of waves and rustles in the breeze. Sections of the buildings before you are actually blown apart, leaving enormous gaping holes in the structure itself, whilst other parts are completely shattered and collapsed, leaving bits of debris strewn across the clearing. The buildings themselves have largely been reclaimed by nature. The honey-coloured stone is overrun by moss and clumps of grass that cling to its thatched roof, eaten away by time and worn by the relentless weather. The door is completely blown apart, leaving only cracked stone of the frame as an entrance into the space. Wrought iron window panes have been bent out of shape, their glass shattered and left empty. A small rodent climbs out of one of the windows, scurrying along the sill and down a nearby wooden plank resting up against it. Like the rest of the town and its surrounding fields, the space has suffered from the effects of the assaults of the Sultaran borderlands, but has kind of been given space to breathe now. And it seems relatively peaceful as butterflies kind of skirt along the outskirts and float along. What would you like to do?
I'd go inside the mill house, I suppose.
Sure.
Or if I can, I suppose. Yeah.
Sure. So as you step up to where the door would be, you're greeted immediately by a large, surprisingly spacious room with a high wooden ceiling. Roughly hewn wooden beams are suspended across the attic space, reaching from side to side, as mice crawl across them from one side of the building to the other. A small nib wall obscures your view of the rest of this spacious room to your left. So you can see that there's a small door built into a wall on the right-hand side. The wall itself is almost completely destroyed as planks of wood litter the space, and dust coats almost every surface.
I'd just have a general look around, I suppose.
Sure. Roll an investigation check for me, please. Are you looking for anything in particular, or?
Not exactly. That's a 12.
With a 12?
I'm assuming. Are you guys? Are you two with me? Are you following
Oh
me
no.
in?
This is why we
Yo.
can't have nice
Mm.
things, everyone.
Yo.
Shit's crazy.
Yes.
Do you guys also want to look around?
Yeah.
I'll help
Yes.
Malin look
Look
around.
around.
Okay.
Sure. Roll an investigation check with advantage for me, please.
Stress. Oh.
You can
12.
go again. You have an advantage.
I'm helping. Look, that's a rat.
It's not
12.
helping.
I'll take the 12.
12. So for
12s,
both of
two
you
12s, yeah.
rolling 12s, you don't see much in this space. It's completely stripped bare, and most of it is kind of caved in and collapsed. There's no furniture within this section of the building itself, though you can see that as you head out onto the platform that kind of creaks underneath you, seems relatively unstable and prone to kind of your foot going through some of these boards at any moment. There's some rotten barrels that have kind of been eaten
Barrels.
away, and a couple of crates that are covered with a moth-eaten, like a white linen cloth. But other than that, you don't really find anything too much of use. It seems like most of the contents of these barrels and crates have been ripped to shreds and just searched previously.
Well, I assume this was the location they wanted to meet in because it is quite literally abandoned. So I don't know if we'll find anything here. I just wanted to make sure that, it wasn't like a trap or anything.
Oh,
Can I do a perception check?
Sure. What are you
See
looking
if
for?
anyone's if there is anyone else with us. I
Sure.
suppose.
Roll a perception check for me, please.
I didn't realize we were looking for traps.
17.
Maylin just
19.
came along for the ride. She
With
doesn't
a
really know what's
19,
happening.
you don't necessarily see anybody watching you, though you do see that there are some kind of some depressions made in the wheat that look as if somebody has recently gone through them. But other than that, doesn't seem too much like anybody else has been here in a little while.
I suppose how long does it take to get here from the town?
I'd say it'd probably be half an hour to reach this point.
I suppose unless you guys want to do anything else at this place, I'd just kind of go back and meet up with the people in the town, see what they're doing, and
Sure.
hang around till I need to go back there.
Easy enough to do. Now you've got the lay of the land.
Yeah.
A9 said you want to do something?
Well, obviously pick up my clothes from.
Sure. I'm going to say you guys have all picked up your stuff from Wayland.
Sure. And potentially visit the town blacksmith if.
Okay. Roll an investigation check for me, please.
Okie dokie. 17?
17. It's easy enough to find. It's kind of in a secluded part of the town. You can see a large a large sign that hangs above a kind of. It looks a little bit ramshackle. There's kind of a mismatch of stone and wood that's kind of been roughly put together, and you can see that the windows appear to be barred, so nobody can kind of get in or out. Though it doesn't seem like a prison bar, it seems more like this is for a protection or something similar. And you can see the faint glow of firelight, and hear the kind of ting, ting from inside the building. The sign itself says Brazio Ambrose.
Brazio?
Ambrose.
Browsio.
All right. Well, I'll make my way in.
Everybody's laughing at my names today. What's the deal?
I love Browsio.
I like
That's
it.
awesome.
Okay.
It reminds me of. Has anyone seen Only Murders in the Building?
Yeah.
Oh.
Brazos.
Is it Brazio's Ambrose or and Bros?
And bros. Like and
Excellent.
brothers.
Helpful. Wholesome. That's the word I was looking for.
Yes. Alright. What would you like to do?
Get the. Is there someone at a counter or working away at an anvil? Or
Sure. So as you walk in, you're immediately hit with kind of an onslaught of heat as you open the door, almost like a vacuum. All of the air kind of rushes out towards you. It's very hot, and you recognize it briefly, though it's not an effect to you as an Arkanoid. Though you can sense the temperature change. Inside, there are 3 anvils and forges that are set up at various points in the room, with one kind of rusted and kind of broken anvil that's being used as a makeshift cashier's spot. And you can see that there's kind of bits of gold that are kind of littered across the surface of the anvil. And inside you can see that there are 3 orcs, each working at an anvil, kind of hammering away. The sound is astronomical, as they're all kind of slamming into these what appear to be swords and axes. You can see that there's some of their work has been kind of hung up, the more intricate ones kind of put in a pride of place position so you can see what they can do. But yeah, they're all kind of working away at an anvil. If you want to catch somebody's attention, there's one kind of to your right, there's one right in front of you, and there's one to the left.
I'll just yell, excuse me.
Yeah, right.
I was wondering if you could help me with a few items I was looking for.
Sure, you're looking for something to slash, something to chop, or something to stab?
None of the above, actually.
None of the above?
I was hoping you could help me find either some... actually, out of character for a moment. Mithril is a fairly magical metal.
Yes, I believe so.
Very
Wouldn't that be
rare and
very
expensive.
I was
yeah.
going to say, I think it's relatively hard to get.
It is. It would be.
Would there be any other metals that might not be so expensive with...
Magical properties.
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. Like, you could ask for gold, or
Silver, perhaps, might be a bit magical,
Yeah.
maybe?
you could ask for silver, I think.
Right. Well, I'm looking for a large silver bracelet and perhaps some silver wire.
I reckon you're probably better off to find a jeweler's. I don't really deal in the fine stuff.
Ah, of course. Silly me.
You're looking for like a shield or something? I can give you that.
Not quite at this moment.
Alright, well, anything else I can help you with? If you're not looking for something to stab somebody with and making them have a bad day, so...
No, I'm sorry to waste your time.
Oh no, it's okay. You'd be surprised by the amount of people that come in asking us to do rings and stuff, but my brothers and I, like... You know, I mean, my hands are too big for that, so... Not really my style.
Fair enough. To each their own.
Okay.
Well, I'll be on my way. Thank you.
Well, that was quick. And he kind of turns back and goes back to hammering after a second, kind of watches you leave.
Simple man. Respect.
Well, I might head to then a jeweler if
Roll an investigation check.
again.
With disadvantage for this one, because you were told that there is no kind of gemstone place nearby. But roll an investigation.
10?
10. You can
That's
see
what it
that
said,
the
too.
general store does sell rings, though they don't look well made. And you can see that there are some bracelets that are mostly leather, kind of braided leather. But other than that, doesn't seem that there's a specific jeweler's shop in Ormerum.
All right. Well, I think that's everything I've got to do.
Anything anybody else wants to do, or shall we?
Yeah, so, because I'm by myself, I'm probably gonna get my term and sit by myself and see if I can decipher anything else from it while I flick through and read through it and see if there's anything that I can make out from this language that I do not understand fully.
Sure. So as you sit down, is there any particular place that you're sitting down to read the tome?
Probably just somewhere more secluded, not in like a busy tavern where everyone's loud. More just
Sure. So
vibing by myself. Yeah.
you can find a space kind of outside in a clearing to sit down and open up this tome. And you kind of open it a bit in trepidation at first, expecting to kind of be sucked into another dreamlike state with your god. The inside of this book does have various scribbles, though they seem to be mostly depicting Chivos legend and things that have happened that relate to Chivos. So you can see that there's establishing of various different temples and kind of the development of Chivos' reputation as part of the Nameless Few, but respected still by some. You can also see that there are several different incantations and spells that you think might give you some additional power, or they seem like complicated evocations and things that you might be able to use in the future if you were to decipher them. But as you look at some of them, the words seem to kind of shift over the page and kind of scramble and hover around each other and kind of make it very difficult for you to actually make out what particular parts of this spell are, though there are some that are clear to you.
With like scribbles of different temples or anything, is there anything from there that I might recognize?
So you do recognize that there is there's a temple that has kind of been converted into an operation within Rumbellium that you obviously are very familiar with, named the Hoax Gambit, though it is in a temple just to Chivoth that's kind of been transformed into something else in order to conceal it so that there's no questions about exactly who the worship in this temple is for.
Yeah.
You do know that there is a temple that has been made in the town of Tuddles that is actually built underneath a temple to Eklios.
How do you spell that?
EK apostrophe LYOS.
Awesome. Yay. Finding out stuff. Yeah, that's about it. I'm just gonna sit and decipher as much as I can until someone comes and annoys me to go on another adventure. Yay.
You probably hear somewhere in the distance.
You sound so excited.
Chop!
So excited about this adventure.
I'm so excited about these adventures.
Yeah, so after a little while, you can hear in the distance what sounds like Kruger kind of carried onto you in the breeze, kind of hitting something. You hear sounds of like clanging steel. And after a while, the sun kind of begins to set and cover the area in beautiful orange, cotton candy pink, and purple as it kind of sets and colours the nearby wheat fields in these same kaleidoscopic hues. All right. Anything anybody else wants to do? No?
Let's set up our tent.
Yeah, I guess I'd just wait until 3. Do you guys want to set up a tent like nearby, like ish, like kind of like? How would you? How far away would you say is the safe distance, per se?
Eh.
I don't know, like 100 feet?
100, 200 feet?
I was gonna say like
But
How many? Because that'd what?
50.
100 feet would take 2 rounds.
no, it would take a lot longer. Because
Would
most people can only run like 30 feet. It would. Oh, it
But a
would ta- it
dash
would-
action.
it would-
If you took dash actions,
It would
then
take like 2 to 3 rounds.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like
But you-
I
that's-
could handle myself for 2 rounds
Yeah.
alone if I needed to.
I mean,
Up to you.
But
Yeah,
I reckon 100, 120, 150 feet. If you guys wanted to set up, maybe a little bit
Okay.
away, and be quiet.
Just remember, any danger, do your little.
Oh, you don't need to worry. I will instantly light a flame.
Instantly.
sure.
Yeah, and then I suppose I just wait until 3.
Okay, so as the sun begins to completely set, I'm assuming you guys are taking a long rest as well, so you probably head to bed early,
Yeah, I
or
suppose, yeah.
just
Yeah.
it's up
Yeah,
to you
might as
guys
well,
what you
yeah.
want to do.
Take a long rest. I don't need it, but
So yeah, as the sun begins to set and the moons begin to make their passage across the sky, are you sitting and waiting until 3?
no, I'll walk along the path. I'm assuming you guys aren't camping on the path, probably in like hidden in the trees somewhere. But I'll make an effort to walk back and then along the path towards that I walked along before to get there.
Sure.
At what, like 3 o'clock? Let's
Sure.
say.
So as you sit and wait in your tent, watching the moons kind of pass across the sky, you begin to make your way out onto
Actually,
this.
can I stealth in?
Yeah, roll a stealth check for me.
I mean, I have really good stealth, but that's gonna be a 10.
Sure.
I attempt, but you know.
Sure. As you begin to step out, you can see that the area around you is completely still, save for the gust of wind that kind of cuts across your exposed cheeks and forearms. It's cool and bracing and almost refreshing in the quiet of the night. From nearby, it howls as it whips through nearby trees, rustling leaves and the strands of golden wheat that stand tall and kind of bide their time until sunrise. Compared to before, the colours of the landscape around you, the verdant rolling hills in the distance and the previously golden kind of swaths of landscape around you are now muted, washed with silver from the moon's passage above. And a lone owl kind of hoots from high up in a nearby tree, spreading its wings as it takes flight and swoops into the heart of a wheat field nearby.
I stare at the owl. I stare at the owl with an
Licking
intent.
your lips.
Yeah, like I'm looking at that. I'm completely distracted by whatever I was doing.
This owl resurfaces with something heavy clutched in its talons before it soars off into the endless expanse of stars that kind of litter the night sky.
I get the urge to chase it, but push it down and keep going.
As you eventually make your way to the clearing itself, nothing here seems to be changed. It seems to be in the same state as it was before. Roll a perception check for me, please. Do you have dark vision? Perception.
I do have dark vision
Sure. Roll a perception check for me, please.
with advantage because dark vision. No.
That just lets you see in the dark.
Perception.
Stopping the disadvantage.
It'll be
Yes.
15.
15?
Yeah, true. That's fair.
You think you can catch the brief glow of firelight from inside the abandoned building as you approach.
Well, I already rolled a stealth check, so I suppose I'll just walk in.
Sure.
As quietly as I can.
So as you walk in, it's relatively unchanged, save for the faint glow that kind of creeps its way across the dust-coated floorboards. It's a faint glow of warm light that kind of flickers across the wooden planks and kind of crawls its way up the nib wall.
I'd kind of go closer to it.
Sure.
Sort of
so
investigate, I
as
suppose.
you peek around the corner of this nib wall that was previously obscuring your vision of the center of the room, you can see now that at the very center, a figure stands tall with their back to you and shrouded in darkness, save for the very soft glow of light that radiates throughout the space in front of them, though you see no fire. Lean and lithe, they have the build of a fighter, appearing quick on their feet. Dressed in similar robes to you, though these vestments appear to be a sage green in colour and trimmed with gold. From where
Sorry,
you
I think I
stand,
misheard.
you can see a light grey silk sash tied diagonally around their body. A hood is drawn up over their head and a quarterstaff is strapped to their back. As the figure turns, the hood hangs low over their eyes, obscuring their face almost completely, though you can see that the faint glow you noticed before now seems to radiate from underneath the hood. Dilberts of Clan Dweeb, I'm glad you could follow instructions.
Yeah. I mean, I got a weird note. I'm kind of just gonna do what it says. I don't know if that's a character flaw or a character, like...
Stop talking. And they slip the hood off their head, revealing red and orange crackling flame that spirals upwards, roaring to life and flickering slightly with the cool, still air that hits it. The figure's features are sharp, lit up by the warmth of this fiery glow, and their pupils themselves appear to be a bright, white, crackling fire that's contained within their eyes. I'm not here to fight you, Dilbert of Clan Dweeb. My name is Nyla Malzar. The people I work for and with have taken a vested interest in you. And I think it's a bit worrying that you didn't even bother to check who I was or try and get an attack in on me when my back was turned. And you just followed without, any question. A note that was slipped to you by some random shady individual.
Oh, he kind of walked away. I tried to get a good look at him, but, I just kind of thought, well, I can handle myself if things go south. So why worry?
You didn't think to follow him or anything to see what he
Oh,
knew?
I mean, the thought crossed my mind,
Look,
but...
I'm not here to debate with you. I'm here for you to prove yourself. Do you want to be one of us, a dragon or not?
I mean, you're a dragon?
Something of the sort, I guess.
I'm very flustered at this point. I bow awkwardly, not knowing what to do or how to react.
Immediately brings a hand up to her head. Oh my fucking god.
I'm
Listen,
sorry.
stand up. I'm not an actual dragon. I just harness their essence.
Oh,
Listen, there's
okay.
time for more talk later. Follow me. And begins to
okay.
lead you out onto that old rotten wooden platform. And kind of heads to one side, stands at a rest and kind of appears to gesture at you to fight them.
I take a fighting stance. I didn't even know who you are or who you
Well,
work
do you want
for.
to find out?
Well,
Come
yeah.
on, show me what you've got.
Okay,
and
I'd
I'm
take
gonna
a
need
fighting
you to roll
stance.
initiative for me, please.
Oh my god, this is fucking 16.
16. Nice.
Oh no, that'll be at 20 because +4.
All right.
Oh my
Here
god,
we go.
I'm so terrified right now.
You'll be fine.
All right. Dilbert.
Wait, sorry, what was their name?
Nyla Malzar.
Uh,
Naila Malzar.
Oh
Can
my
you think
God.
about the camera angle when you're placing stuff, if that's handy at all?
What do you mean?
Like, so the camera can see it. I haven't seen the set that you're using.
I'm asking you though, where do you want me to put it?
The camera will be looking down and up this way.
Okay, so what, you want it further?
Oh no, I just meant like if you were putting any big props down.
No.
Go.
So weird.
This is cool.
This is awesome.
yeah,
I'm
so
freaking out.
Ooh.
Oh wait, but if I use any fire, there's just gonna be a group of people. Jeff following me like, oh my god.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, don't use fire.
Yeah, good luck.
We'll see how far I get without it.
Oh,
So this is not someone from my monastery.
Similar robes to yours, but you don't
No.
remember seeing anybody
Okay,
in
okay.
those exact colours.
So monk, but not my
No, it doesn't
monastery.
seem like
Okay,
it.
cool.
Could you shift it backwards to where it was? Sorry.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Alright.
It looks so
I'm
cute.
excited.
Dilbert of Clan Dweeb.
How do
you
they
rolled a
know who I
20?
am?
You rolled a 20?
Huh?
You rolled a
Yeah,
20?
I'm 16 plus 4. Sorry, wait. No, it was either a 16 or a 19, but it was high.
Okay. Give me a moment. Alright. So, Dilbert, you watch as they prepare themselves and set up in their fighting stance and gesture towards you to come at them. And you will be going first, so what would you like to do?
I would like to. I'm so.
What difference did that make?
None.
Okay. I'll start off by just making an unarmed strike.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
That will be a. I hope it hits. It's a 23. To hit?
23 hits, yeah.
What's
Go ahead
my
and roll
damage?
damage.
A 1d4. 4. That'll be 7 damage.
7 damage, no worries.
And then I will also use 1 key point to do a flurry of blows.
That's not doing
Sure.
And make 2 more unarmed strikes.
Go for it.
That one is a 7, won't hit. And a 20.
20 just hits.
Okay, great. And the second one will be 5 damage.
5 damage, no worries.
I'm gonna get beaten up for AC 20.
Yeah, right.
Alright. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn? Would you like to... I'm assuming you've moved up.
Well, yeah, moved up to
Mhm.
hit them, but I don't think that's my action and my bonus action, isn't it?
I believe so, yep.
So yeah, that's it. That
No
concludes my turn.
worries.
Well, just to add a little bit of flavour, before I move in, I match her stance,
Sure.
and kind of take the opportunity to, I guess, get in like a dirty punch,
Okay.
without like
Punch.
honorary, or like kind of taking the proper steps before a battle, I suppose.
Sure. So
Yeah.
as you head up towards it, beginning to rush and kind of mimic the stance. You feint to the left and jab straight up underneath the rib cage, smacking into it and hearing a slight crack as it bends into place. You did a flurry of blows. didn't
Yes,
you?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
you missed the second one, just swiping over there. It seems to just duck out of the way in time. And for the next hit, you bring a sharp uppercut straight up under the jaw and watch as the head cracks back and begins to kind of brush spittle off the side of a lip and is going to return blow. It's you. Alright. That is a 24 to hit.
I mean, yeah, it is. I don't know what else to say.
Alright. Alright, that is 13 points of damage.
Oh,
I'm going to spend a key point to do
I'm
flurry of
Full
blows.
dead. No, I'm not dead. I'm very much okay, but I'm
Um,
saying that as I am
You're
going
nervous.
Sure.
to die.
Yeah, so second one to hit is a 19.
Hits.
And right. Third one is 18.
Yeah, they all hit.
No worries.
I'm
so
just gonna put my health down to 0.
let's see here.
If the first one was 13.
Maybe they rolled really high in the first attack.
Mm.
Right, so second one is 5 points of damage,
See.
Okay.
and then the next one is 8 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
Really?
Mhm. I only have 24 hit points.
Do you?
Uh-huh.
You watch as this figure begins to pummel into you, watching as you crack back the head with a sharp uppercut. They see your exposed torso and drive a fist straight down into you, and you watch as lightning kind of crackles and you feel a sharp spark that ripples across your body as they drive their fist into you. They duck to the side and sweep a leg out from underneath you and catch you just before you fall, driving another one straight into your face. But you feel that this time they've pulled their punches, and it doesn't seem to hurt quite as much. You are actually still up. They're not aiming to drive you
okay, okay.
unconscious. They're pulling their punches, definitely.
So
Trying to see what
stable.
you're made of, yeah.
Okay.
So I'd say you have 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Oh
my god.
Still grabbing you by the front of your shirt. I should have mentioned, sorry, that they pulled their punches, so it wasn't full damage, it was half damage. Alright, so beginning to kind of pummel into you, you watch kind of dazed as they still holding onto the front of your shirt, push you back slightly and you stumble backwards. Listen, if you're going to be smart about it, perhaps I won't pull my punches next time. I'm not one to mess with, but let me tell you that you've got a lot to learn, and we're hoping we can show you.
Okay. I'm clearly not as skilled as you are.
Well, thank you kindly, and throws a healing potion at you.
Cheers.
Take that. It's a greater healing potion.
Oh, sweet. Is that 2d?
It's
I
like
think
44
that's-
plus 4.
Do you drink it?
4d4. I don't even have
Mhm.
that many things. I'm just gonna roll them.
Oh, to a good start.
Oh my god. I just rolled 3 4s and a 2.
Damn!
Not too bad.
So what? That'd be
16.
8, 6.
18 plus 4. 4, 8, 12. 14
Yeah.
plus 4.
14 plus 4. So 18 total.
Sure.
Yeah. Maths.
Thanks. Very weird of you to beat me up, then give me a healing potion, but
Well, I was sent to find out what you're made of, and what better way to find out what somebody's made of than to see him in action, no?
I mean, fair enough.
Right, again, and this time I'm going to be pulling my punches,
I-
so
Again.
again, hit me again.
Oh.
And stands before you kind of in the same position. It seems almost effortless and casual how they settle into it. Kind of waiting for you to make your first move, watching you like a hawk.
Before, would me saying something count as me taking an action? I asked, just before we go again, like, could I ask, like, why you're looking for me?
Always with the token, isn't it?
I mean, I feel like it's a fair question, seeing as you came here and then
Look,
asked if you could beat
All
me
I
up.
know is that who I work with has told me to come and find you. They've been watching you for a while. I visited you in your unconscious state. It's kind of a gift of mine, and I suppose I saw something that is worth my while, and we think you might be a good fit for our monastery.
That was you? I pull out the picture that June drew me and show them as like, this is you.
I'm not the dragon. I was riding the fucking.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I pocket the picture
Begins
again.
to just sigh deeply. They always send me out to find the idiots, don't they?
There's more of people like me.
Oh my god.
I mean, like, I'm
Listen,
just
I'll explain
asking.
everything after you. I need to take you through 3 rounds of initiation. Show me what you've got. And we'll actually go and throw the first punch.
Okay.
Misses though.
Okay, cool. I then will use. I will take a draconic strike.
Okay.
Which is literally the same as my unarmed strike. Still just a normal attack, but I can add an effect to it.
Sure, what would you
So
like
I will, like, kind of, I suppose, light my hand on fire in one way or another, and then
On the fire.
yeah, the fire. But this
Greasy
isn't
fire.
like a
Okay, sure.
like kind of crazy
it's just
light.
lighting
It's
your
just
hand?
lighting my
Okay,
hand on
sure.
fire. Like, I'm not like shooting
Too far
flame
away to
into
see
the
it.
air.
Sure.
So
Fair.
not calling for help,
Okay.
I suppose.
Sure.
And then that's just one of these. That'll be 5 points of damage.
5
but,
points of damage.
You know, now this time it's on fire.
All right.
And then can I do? I can use flurry of blows after that too, can't I?
Are we gonna see this fire?
I don't think
No.
No, you're
so.
too
You
far
can also
away.
just do a bonus action unarmed strike and not use a key point.
Bonus. Oh yeah, I suppose you're right. I'll do that then. But can I bonus action? No. Yeah, no. I'll just bonus action unarmed strike. Not use a
Sure.
key point.
Go for it.
That'll be. I didn't roll. Hit
I'm
hit
hit.
dice for the first.
For the first
attack.
one. Okay. I'm gonna say we'll let you hit.
Okay, and for the second one, I don't hit it. It's only 16. So
Okay. No worries. So, what does it look like as you light your fist up and begin to attack the?
well, I kind of like stand there and focus for a little bit, having just dodged her attack on me. Kind of like trying to get back into it after being knocked basically unconscious and then being healed back up. I just kind of stand there and like kind of shake my hand, trying to be like, come on, you gotta do something, and then light it on fire and kind of rush in and go for the gut, I suppose.
Sure. Just slipping underneath their where their quarterstaff is held out in front of them now. You duck underneath and jab straight into the clavicle, watching as the fire kind of ripples across the sage green robes that they're wearing, and they kind of lift a hand to pat it away. Now you're thinking like a dragon, and you go and try and hit the ribs again, seeing that spongy kind of weak and exposed spot, but just ducks out of the way, just diving to the side for a bit. All right. That will be 10. That is a 13 to hit.
Misses.
No worries. So, As they swing the quarterstaff towards you, you watch as it cracks just across the quarterstaff, strapped to your back, I'm assuming, or held in your hand?
It's currently strapped to my back. Yeah.
Strapped to your back, it just clacks against the wood there as they go to sweep at your head, but you just duck in time. And that'll actually be the end of their turn.
Okay.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. How far away are we from this windmill and this fight?
Wherever you guys camped out.
How far did you
obviously.
want us away? Like 150 feet away, or?
Yeah, 150 feet.
Sure.
I would
Yeah,
assume is what we
150 feet
decided on.
away.
Never mind then. I've dark vision out to 120 feet.
Oh, okay.
True.
Just gonna say.
And I suppose I'll. Could I? If I use my dragon breath,
Mhm.
they'll see it, right?
Yes.
But it'll take them a few turns to get there.
Most likely, yeah.
Then I'll save that for the third one because I'm assuming there's 3.
Mhm.
Instead, I'll do the same thing. I'll light my hand on fire, and just attack, with fire damage.
Sure.
Yeah, and that would be a nat 20.
Nat 20, no
Yeah.
worries. So,
Is that? I don't know how crits work.
so I do crits in that it's your full damage,
Yep.
and then you roll dice on top and add that to the.
So full
crit.
damage is in.
So however much, if you have 2d6, you roll. You don't roll the 2d6 for the first one.
It's just max.
Yeah, it's max damage,
Okay.
and then the next one you roll on top and add to that. So
You roll an extra dice.
Yeah, so it'd
Okay,
be, for
so-
example, like 12 plus.
So I'd do 8 plus another d4.
Yeah.
When my d4 go? Then that'll be 12 damage.
No worries.
And this time I kind of, to add a bit of stuff to it, I like the flame grows a tiny bit brighter, a bit stronger. Like I'm a little bit more confident in my blow, just seeing as I dodged another attack, and I
Mhm.
kind of instead of going for the gut this time, I go for the head.
No worries. So you light your fist on fire, watching as the flames curl up your arm, glowing brighter and brighter, and you, in a moment of surprise, pull down the quarterstaff held up in front of them and drive straight towards the nose, watching as it smacks back. And blood streams out as the fire begins to burn at the skin on their face, though doesn't seem to cause any burn marks.
And if I use a key point to
Mhm.
take the dodge action,
I'll
will
roll
that
with disadvantage, I believe. Is that right?
they roll with
Or-
disadvantage
Yeah,
on
yeah,
attack?
yeah,
Then
yeah.
I'll do that. I'll
Sure.
do patient defense.
Okay.
And spend another key point. Yeah.
I rolled a nat 1.
Great. That works for me.
All right, so immediately trying to attack back at you as you drive your fist into their face, blood streaming out and flames kind of curling across their face. You watch as they bring their fist around over the top of the quarterstaff and attempt to drive theirs into your cheek. And you can feel a brush of something against your, just against your jawline, but feels like a sleeve of a robe. Alright, and then I will roll, spend a key point and do flurry of blows.
Are they also with disadvantage?
Yeah, they're all with
Mhm.
disadvantage.
Nice. Good call for me then.
Dodge is a good action.
Hmm.
It's very underrated.
Maths.
2 plus
First
2
one
four.
is
1 plus 2
a
good maths.
17.
Oh, that hits.
Hits, no worries. Right. Next one. Is only a 14.
Okay, that one doesn't hit.
Alright. You watch as they grit their teeth, getting angry now, and begin to drive a fist into your kneecap, and you feel it buckle underneath you. And that is going to be 11 halved, so 5 damage.
Halved? Why halved?
Pulling their punches.
Oh, yep. Okay. Is that my turn?
Mm-hmm. That is your turn.
Okay. Scrap the idea of waiting till the third time. I am going to use Breath of the Dragon.
Sure.
and I will. I don't know. It's a dex save of 12. And I will just. I guess breathe fire.
Mm-hmm. Give me a second. Alright, so that is a 25.
Great. So half damage.
Yep.
That'll be two damage, but I
No
still breathe
worries.
fire on them.
So, what does it look like as you begin to breathe?
I kind of take a bit of a step back, just having dodged a punch, but then getting hit by clearly a softened blow. I kind of take more of a evasive stance or whatnot, and I kind of just really try to breathe fire. And then it kind of comes out a little bit more pitiful than would have hoped.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Alright, so digging deep and beginning to get in touch with your inspiration for most things in life, dragons, you can feel the flames kind of heating up inside you as you let out a roar, and you can see a plume of flames begins to curl across in an onslaught, and just the figure in front of you just ducking in time as the flames begin to kind of singe the tops of their already fiery hair. And you did... Was it
2
5?
damage.
2 damage, John. Okay. Alright, and from where you guys are, you would see the plume of fire erupting from behind the mill.
All right, guys, it's go time.
And you all begin to rush in. So they're going to go and...
I fall behind everybody else because I move a lot slower. It's like, wait for me.
Oh no, it's okay. I'm like back with you there. I'm like speed walking, really running.
For the first one, that is a 13.
Misses.
Misses, no worries. Flurry of blows, so next two are actually both the same roll. That is a 22.
Yep, both hit.
No worries. Alright. Dun. Okay, so that is only 10 damage altogether.
I'm still up.
Huh?
Still up.
Still up, no worries. How are you looking?
I've got 4 hit points.
4 hit points, no worries. So, as they begin to drive a fist towards you, you watch as the fist crosses just past your cheek, beginning to brush against it as the actual hit comes and strikes you from below, feeling it hit the soft, spongy part underneath your jawline. You can feel one of your teeth kind of crack under the pressure of this hit, and drops down and goes for your other kneecap in an attempt to kind of drop you to your knees. However, seeing that you are beginning to look incredibly hurt, steps back and throws another potion at you, kind of standing there looking bored almost, waiting for you to kind of get back to your feet.
Another greater healing.
Yeah, another greater healing.
Oh my god, the
Not
4s.
too bad, you know what? I think they might be onto something. I quite liked your
I just rolled
fire
4
move
4s in
there.
a row.
Hell
That'll be
yeah.
what? That's full heal.
Yeah,
Yes.
20.
yeah, 20.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back to full health.
Awesome. And then it is your turn.
I'm back at this 3rd round.
They seem to kind of be more relaxed now, just kind of holding one hand stuffed into a pocket and the other one kind of held out in front of them.
That kind of pisses me off,
Mm-hmm.
and I will. Can I bonus action before I action?
Yes.
I will bonus action Draconic Cry.
Okay.
Does that give me advantage or just allies? Oh wait, you and your allies. So yeah, I will do Draconic Cry.
Sure.
And then I will do another Draconic Strike with advantage because of my
Yeah, no worries.
Draconic
Go
Cry.
for it.
But this time, can I change the damage type? Or am I
Yeah,
only allowed to
sure.
select one?
No, I think you can.
Just to kind of show off the fact that I can do multiple types of damage, I will change it to lightning damage.
Sure.
That's gonna be a 20. I'll just take that.
Sure.
Did you roll with advantage?
Yeah, that's that was
Natural
first
20?
roll.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
nat
natural 20.
Nat
Oh,
20.
damn, dude. Make a big fuss.
Yeah, I'll. So that's what, 8 plus another 4. That's 12 damage, again.
Awesome. Looking a little bit hurt, you can see visible bumps and bruises. Kind of jaw seems a little bit out of place from your driving your fist in. Nose is still broken and bleeding heavily. And what does it look like as you?
Well, I kind of like, because I'm mad. I get angry that they're so casual, and I feel like I'm kind of being made a spectacle of, if like kind of like being teased almost. And in
Sure.
that, I kind of like start by lighting my hand on fire, sort of, but then it kind of turns into more of a crackling, and then turns into a lightning kind of form instead, and then I just drive in with that instead.
Sure. So as you focus on producing that flame on your fist as you go to drive it in to their rib cage again, you faint once, and then as you're going to push your blow directly into their kneecap and kind of try and hook them forward, you watch as halfway through pushing your strike forward and swinging towards them, the flame begins to crackle with blue, white, static lightning. Begins to crackle up your arm, kind of draw higher into your shoulder, and you smack directly into them. And they let out a yell of pain as they kind of buckle forward, the lightning beginning to kind of crawl up their leg. All right, is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that'll yeah, no,
Alright.
that'll be it for now.
This will be their turn. Alright, that'll be a 26 to hit.
Yep, hits.
This guy has such a truck.
Definitely hits.
Oh, sorry, 25. 25 to hit.
Still hits.
My
Doesn't
mistake.
make a difference.
I'm going to spend another key point to do flurry blows. Alright, actually another 25. And this one is only a 16.
That hits.
No worries. So you watch as the figure takes the hand out of the pocket finally, still buckled forward, and drives up with their knee, going to catch you in like a hook grip and pull your head down towards their knee as they go and slam it into your jaw again, and you can feel your teeth kind of cracking. That is 17 halved.
All 3 hits. We're only
Yeah,
17.
for altogether it's
Okay.
17.
Which is, that'd be 8
Yes.
or 9.
8.
Okay.
Yes, 8.
Yeah.
Brain.
Is it
The
rounded up or
maths.
rounded down?
It's rounded down.
Okay.
So the
Okay,
maths.
great. Yeah.
All right. And for the second and third hit, we'll kind of still drive the knee towards you again, and then with the other one begin to pull your legs out from underneath you, and you smack back onto the wood, but pop straight back up again and head into that fighting stance.
Back to me.
Yep, back to you.
At this point in time, can I see my friends? Are they within 60 feet of me?
I would say so. It takes what? You guys were 150 away?
Yeah.
I'd say you'd be within 30 now, yes?
Would it take like 3 rounds? If we're dashing, it would take
So
like 3
that
rounds to
was
get
2
there.
rounds, wasn't it? So
That was 2 rounds, so they'd be nearby.
I'd say so. I mean, what is all of your movement? It's 30, so it'd be 60 in a turn, so 2
I'm
turns.
25, so I'm
Right.
behind.
I think I have the fastest movement. I
I think
have a
May's got,
forward
I think
speed of
May's got
40.
35, being a wood elf.
I only have 40
Perhaps.
because of my dex.
Sure. So I
Hmm.
would say, has that been 2 rounds? I think so.
Well, regardless of where they are, if they're close enough, I put up a hand and tell them to like stop, and I kind of call out, I'm like, stop, stop.
I'd say you guys probably be within 30. I don't think it matters too much in this
Yeah,
case.
yeah.
Um,
I kind of put out a
it-
hand.
It's probably enough to at least perceive what's
Yeah.
happening in this sense.
Aw.
Okay.
I kind of wave, like, kind of smile, like, kind of still with fire on my hand.
Mhm.
I'm like,
Aw.
I'm fine.
Wait, so we're not fighting?
Not yet.
But aw, but I wanted to use my new cool.
I know. It was weird. I don't really know what's going on, but just stay there. I'm fine.
You watch
Okay.
as the figure before you, Nyla, begins to step back from you, taking a action to disengage,
Hmm.
and begins to kind of rest on the quarterstaff. So I suppose you can't follow instructions. That doesn't bode well, does it?
Well, look, I did follow instructions, but I also may have asked some friends to come aid me if they saw a flame in the sky.
I see. And is reading comprehension a strong point of yours?
It's not generally an issue. I can read and write and speak in 4 languages.
Right, but did you understand what you read? That's what
I
I'm
did,
asking.
but you
And
know.
you still thought it was a good idea to ask your little friends to, come and join us?
Look, you were the one that said before that I shouldn't have just decided to come alone, and I kind of had protection just in case something did go wrong. So
Good answer. Alright, I think I've seen enough. I consider that a successful initiation.
Initiation. Wait,
awesome. Do I need to do anything now?
Ask me your questions, I know you've got plenty.
Yeah.
I think it's a part of a special
Who are you? Who do you work for?
Like I said before, my name is Nyla Malzar. I work for a monastery of sorts. I suppose you could say we're more like an order, though. We're known as the Primordial Spirit, the defenders of arcane humanity. We harness the power of primordial beings and natural energy existing within the world that was ancient and long forgotten, for our own purposes to, I suppose, defend those that matter.
That's really cool. Kind of
I
like
thought so.
nerding out.
I thought so.
So what you're saying that you were interested in me because I wanted to be a dragon?
Well, not exactly. You might want to take a seat. This will probably take a little while I
Like,
tell
can my
you a little bit.
can my friends stick around, or should they go somewhere else?
Yeah, no, this sounds cool.
I suppose so. But
I
we're
mean,
gonna
they're
have to
not gonna do anything. If anything, they'll just stand over there.
Are they as weird as you?
It depends on who you ask, I suppose.
Well, that's concerning. Alright.
Some are weirder than others.
I can see that. I'm kind of looking at Malin with the mushrooms growing out of her hair.
She's actually one of the less weird ones.
And
serious?
Dill. No.
Actually serious right now.
Like, I consider you weirder.
Nadri's not
You're
weird.
the one that talks to yourself. I'm sorry.
They're not weird. Oh, that's true. You do talk to yourself.
They're being
The
paused.
fury. I kind of
'Cause
just
you
like
don't open
that's a
up to
blow off
us.
comment. I'd kind of look away, look back towards Nyla and ignore.
I'm normal.
alright,
Malin as a whole like character.
That's like a whole.
I am.
guys,
Yeah,
let's calm down. Everyone. Alright.
They kind of just. I'm like, I tell them like, yeah, just chill.
Long ago, when the first beings still roamed Cathora, standing side by side with their creations. They bestowed gifts upon them. First, the Grofkin, the original defenders and protectors of the realm
Okay,
and
now
their
I'm trying to
creations.
Go on.
Don't mind him. He's a
No,
fan of the
no, no, no,
Grofton.
no, no. Talk more about talk more about
Rather
the Grofkin.
interested, isn't he?
Yeah.
Alright, then came the dragons,
Mm.
wise and strong, Gathora's guardians of the ancient and conduits of the arcane.
Not as cool as Grofkin, but okay, sure.
The most trusted among humanity will learn from these guardians, sharing their essence and becoming warriors, utilizing these primordial powers. They began to learn from dragons themselves how to manipulate their own essences, the world around them, and its elements, sharing in responsibility of these arcane protectors in order to protect mankind and the realm that they preside in. But as time went on, mankind grew rapacious, searching out the gifts of these two ancient guardians of the realm. They began first with the Grothkin, hunting the giants and their kin, forcing them out of their homes, and harnessing their power for their own gain. Then, obviously, they turned to the dragons, where once they roamed the earth and the world free of shackles. Humanity's greed leading them to hunt these noble creatures, taking their essence and distributing it amongst themselves. The most vile amongst them would take their teeth, talons, hide, whatever they could get their hands on. In order to preserve themselves, they went into hiding, becoming fearsome creatures, prone to attacking humanity. But some of their gifted warriors remained, establishing an order that would protect not only humanity, but also their most important guardians. And we want for you to be a part of it.
Oh my god.
I understand you trained, I'm assuming, in the way of dragons, at least a little
Yeah,
bit. Fire.
Well, I definitely read about it, but I'm more so just trained as a monk up in a monastery. They kind of took me in when I was abandoned, so just kind of took to learning and kind of was fascinated by the ways of the dragon. So
Dragons are fascinating creatures. They come in all different elements and forms, and we certainly hope that the little bit that we can do to preserve them will be enough. But it's looking like we need to expand our ranks, and we've searched high and low for someone who would fit the bill of what we were hoping for, someone who's not hoping to get anything personal out of their gifts.
Oh, look, I mean, the only personal thing I want is to find out what happened to my parents, but that's kind of irrelevant in this situation, and I don't know why I shared it. That's kind of weirdly personal, but that's whatever.
That's okay, honesty is appreciated. It's perhaps a skill of our order that we might be able to help you on your way. We have plenty of connections.
Man, that'd be just a bonus, I suppose. But yeah, I love dragons. They're, sadly enough, they make up about 2/3 of my entire personality. But that's
So you're a fanatic of dragons?
One might say a dragon weeb, if you will.
I see. I'm not too sure what weeb is, but
Look, that was for ears that aren't necessarily present in this world.
I see. Very well. A gift of yours is talking to extraplanar beings.
I don't do it often.
Right. So, if you continue to prove yourself, and I suppose make your way through life the way you have already, continue to train, learn more about dragons and what primordial energy can offer you, perhaps you might find a place in our ranks.
I certainly hope so.
Very well. Any more questions?
No, not really. I suppose that answers everything that I was curious about.
All right. Well, not that I don't want to sit and chat with you and your
Hi, cool.
You
dragon
can just ignore
person.
him.
No. It's, you mentioned.
She
You
always
mentioned.
this excited.
You mentioned the Grotkin. I think it's just that.
Right. Okay.
What do you?
What do you want to know?
You know anything about this? I'll show them the bracelet without. That's on my arm.
Sure. Let's see. Kind of peers close at it. It looks like a Grothkin artifact that's supposed to give you strength. No, I mean, I'm not skilled in reading runes, but the arcane energy it gives off definitely seems at least a little bit primordial. So, are you a fighter like Dilbert of Clan Dweeb?
I am an up-and-coming superstar adventurer. One day, I'm Krugar, the small.
He
It's
has
it's a
delusions of grandeur.
It's a play on. It's a play on
Says
words.
the one who wants to be a dragon.
I mean, I feel like now that you've showed up, it's not that far from
No,
an
it's-
achievable
I
goal.
don't. No, I don't
Validating
want to
the
be a
delusion.
giant. I just want to be.
No,
as
but
strong,
I mean,
be
he
as
has
strong
a few
as them.
tricks of his own. I mean, like, show her. Do the thing.
Do the thing.
Do the thing.
Do the thing.
Right now.
Yeah, do the thing.
What thing are we talking about?
What's it called again? Hang on. Wait. I know what the thing is. I just want to call it its proper name. I'll use a bonus action to unveil Giant's Might and grow from 2'6" to 8'6". It's like, oh, the thing.
See, look, he can.
You mean this? Look, I'm sort of still getting kind of used to it. I've only done this like once or twice. It's sort of disorientating. Why are y'all looking at me like that?
I'll begin
Sorry.
to step back. Holy shit. I've seen a lot of weird crap in my life, but this is right up there.
Hey, I'm up here. Hey, oh my God, you guys are so small now. This is great.
I
mean,
think
it's
it's
pretty
getting to
cool,
his
right?
head.
So
Yeah, no, it
big.
definitely is.
I'll pick up Malin in my big
Whee!
palm and just like lift her up like
John begins to loft her in the air.
yeah. It's just like
Nyla turns towards you. Not that
Hello,
I wouldn't
Donna.
love to stay and chat, but we're approaching crack of dawn, and I would appreciate getting a bit of sleep. I've been riding a long way, so
mean,
Dilbert of Clan Dweeb, it is a pleasure to meet you.
It's a
Think
pleasure
I'll
to meet
pan
you
out.
too.
Shakes it.
I mean, I hope to see you or someone else from this primordial spirit group again soon, I suppose.
Don't worry, we'll be in contact.
Great.
Where's your next step? It'll be easier if I don't have to, stalk
we're-
you about the place. It seems a bit creepy, to be honest. Didn't really like doing it, so
I mean, yeah. I mean, we're going to Runalore next. Is our next destination?
all right. Well, perhaps I'll see you in Run Alone then.
Well, I mean, is that necessary?
I think we're going to down and then.
Yeah, we're going to down then Runalore, but I suppose it's on the path, so we're
Sure.
just going in that direction. I suppose that's
No
kind of
worries.
yeah.
All right. Well met, Dilbert, and good to
The
see
doors.
you. And kind
The
of
doors.
cranes the neck
The
up.
doors. They're the doors.
where
The
are the
doors?
doors?
Yeah.
The doors.
Jesus Christ. And
Apparently,
begins to
I
kind
will be
of
a
step away.
We broke.
Um,
we broke.
We'll accept you, Nadria, for who you are.
She is the
I'm
most.
the weird
She is the most door of all of us.
A door?
Doors can be many things. You can open doors, close doors, fix doors, unlock
You
doors,
can two doors.
two doors. Sometimes you need to break
Quill
a door in
doors.
to save your friends. Sometimes you have quill door.
Kind of
Quildo
cranes her
is
neck
my
up.
raccoon.
Oh my god. She just produced a raccoon out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, you know what? I'm sick of this shit, and begins to go
Bye.
and
I'll
stretch.
see you later.
I'll see you and run along, Dilbert the Dweeb. It'd be good if you kept this quiet to anybody who
I don't
might,
think anyone here is gonna tell anyone about this.
I don't know anybody other than these people.
Wait, what are we telling?
They're all kind of loners.
Great. And begins to kind of give you another half-ass salute and kind of walks off. See you and run along, kind of calls over the shoulder and straps the quarterstaff back to their back and
Yeah.
heads off into the wheat fields. And you watch as the two moons begin to make their way across the sky even more. You guys are all clustered in this wooden platform raised high above the stream. And I think that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Beautiful.
Cool. I'm sorry I took the spotlight there.
No,
at
that
the
was
end.
awesome.
No, that was fun.
This is so much fun.
Did you guys have fun?
Yes.
I had a good time. I had a great time. That was so
Hell
cool.
yeah.
It's so good to be back.
Yeah, I know. I missed the campaign.
I know, I've missed it so much.
I know. It's so much fun.
That was really cool. That was really
That was
Yeah,
really
well.
cool. That was really cool.
yeah, that was so much fun. I'm very excited to
Dilbert
keep playing.
is becoming the wagon.
the Dwagon. Dilbert the Dwagon.
Dilbert the Dwagon.
The
We also
Dwagon.
got name origins for Dilbert the Dweeb. Love that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we hope you all enjoyed as well. I hope you had as much fun as we did. It's so good to be back running the campaign, and I can't wait to see more of our adventures as these guys set off towards Runalorm. So if you haven't already, please do have a look back at the rest of our episodes and catch up on the campaign if you haven't already, because it's a great time and we love it. So yeah, we love you guys.